I want to make this clear to everyone in the chat, and I'm happy they're not agreeing with me because then that leads to having a conversation, right? Obviously, the topic of conversation is like I think people in the FGC don't work hard enough, and I feel like they can work harder. Now, the way how this is gonna work is there's a couple of us. Well, there's like 9 of us in there. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take it in turns to talk. If we can, let's just try and limit it to like the key points, like because there is 9 of us in here. I don't want it to be like someone's talking for 15 minutes. It's gonna be too difficult to control. So, first things first, we're gonna go with Skunk. That's above me. I don't know how is. Am I to the left in the center to you lot, or is it different for everyone else?
Looks like that on my end.
Looks like that, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's the same here.
Okay, cool. So Skunk, you're above me. So
Yeah.
let me know what you think about what I said, whether you think it was right or wrong.
To be honest, I agree with it. Maybe I don't agree with the way you worded it, which is why you're catching so much heat on Twitter. But I think coming into the FGC as a content creator, and I don't need to tell a lot of people this. Like, you can tell them, but like content creation within the FGC compared to something like, I don't know, Fortnite or Valorant or COD, it's like the one thing people need to understand is that it's a really big niche kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like if you're a content creator, say, I don't know, you want to make tutorials, you want to upload your sets, you want to do this, you sort of, I feel like in today's times, you have to make it in a way where you really have to stand out because everyone's doing it. And you really need to give people a good reason as to why they should be watching your tutorials or your reactions or, you know. And that all boils down to, I feel, you know, the thumbnails, the quality of the videos, maybe even the editing, maybe just, you know, you as a personality. There was the consistency thing is weird because I feel it gets weird with consistency because I feel like there's niches within FGC content creation because on the one side of the spectrum, you can have, you know, people that do what you do, Jay, like they do the reactions, they do the tutorials, they do this and that. And I feel like that's something you can manage to be consistent with. But then I feel it gets a bit interesting because I feel like you couldn't do the same with content that's like Arsenal tie or Tendo. You know, like, because you have that whole like meme end of the spectrum, like edits or stuff like that. So I feel like stuff like that would be harder to produce consistently, you know, 5 days later, this is
Fair enough. So you're saying basically the consistency of... Actually, you know what? First and foremost, sorry, I'm wrong for even doing this. You lot didn't even introduce yourselves to the stream. I think we should do that first because maybe not everyone knows who's who. I'm unorganized. I'm sorry. Listen, you lot, I'll say we'll go from the top and then we'll keep just going round and you lot just introduce yourselves. Just say like maybe in 10 or 20 seconds who you are and what you do. Let's keep it that way. You go first, Skunk.
My name's Skunk. I do FGC edits, meme edits, pretty much that line of content. I've been doing content creation for a year now, and yeah, it's pretty much what I do.
Sick. Babe Ruthless. I don't think I can hear you. You might have pushed the talk on. Yeah. Cannot error. I hear a bit of wind. I think that's from Nintendo's.
Sorry,
Okay.
let me turn that down still.
Nah, you're good. You're good. All right. Wow. I don't know.
How about now?
Yes. All right. Cool. We got
Okay,
you.
okay. I figured it out. Thank
It's
you.
cool. It's
Thank you for
cool.
bearing with me.
Yeah, it's cool.
So I'm Babe Ruthless. I do a lot of content about just things I find interesting in the FGC space. So things that people don't necessarily talk about, like customizable music, fighting game stages, box art, things like that. So, and I've been doing it about a year now. So yeah.
Nice to have you on board. All right, next. Go ahead. Best of V show.
Hello, I'm Elon. I run Best of 5, which is a weekly fighting game talk show that's been going on for a long time now, probably over 10 years. Yeah, I do interviews with players, and I do, fighting game news and updates and all that kind of stuff, like anything to help everybody stay connected to the fighting game community.
Cool. Peach, you go.
Hi everyone, my name is Peach. I'm a variety streamer, but I do mainly fighting games, farming sims, and JRPGs. And
Nice.
just content around like the UK gaming space in general.
Nice. Cork, Billy. Let's go.
Yo, can you not hear me?
Can hear you.
Perfect. My name's KOG Billy, stands for King of Games. My channel's the place you go to if you want to hear a lot of smack talk, me playing different video games, and just having a good time, man. And on a side note, I just want to say, Skunk, I've seen your videos, bro. Those edits are insane. And the fact that you're able to keep a 10-minute video with that many edits, I don't know how you do it, but bro, hats off to you, man.
I appreciate you,
Hats off to
man.
Nice.
I appreciate you, man.
Alright, we're gonna skip past me because I think my chat knows who I am. So, Shin Doom, you're next.
Just happened. I've been playing Street Fighter, content creator or streamer that's been playing Street Fighter 6. Kind of trying to get back into the content creation with Tekken 8. Once that game comes out, hopefully I find the, my niche for the most part. But in terms of content creation that I want to make, pretty much open to like reaction videos, and then hopefully like character guides for Steve when he comes out, stuff like that at least. Start with that for the most part.
Nice. Tendo.
My name is Teno Exer. I've been making Tekken videos for a while, almost like 6 years now, but aiming more to go towards variety. I've been doing like meme edits, tutorials back in the day, guides, and funny videos like Drunk Tekken and all that. So that's me still.
Nice. And last but not least, let's go.
Yeah, my name is Vagante. I started playing fighting games just 5 years ago, but when I started content creation, it was a little before that. But I remember it being incredibly hard for me to get into fighting games, but because I was able to do it, I made a channel dedicated to teaching people more how to play fighting games. And then I started making some lore videos about Final Fantasy, and people really liked it, so I tried to be variety in terms of that, but I still like to edit fighting game content and release guides if possible.
Okay, cool. So, again, thank you lot for taking your time out and, joining me to talk about this, I would say, ever so long problem I feel like is in the fighting game community. I feel like, obviously, I had a podcast before you lot that came on, and I do feel like maybe the way how I delivered what I said might have been harsh, but it comes from a place of care. It comes from a place of, I've been in the fighting game community for over a decade. It's been a very long time. And I've seen a lot of people get disheartened very, very fast. And I personally think there are some very big issues when it comes to fighting game content. But what I will just start off with is obviously with what I said when I said basically that with fighting games, I feel like people that say that, they ain't got the amount of views or they ain't got this, I feel like they haven't tried hard enough. I want to know what you lot first thought about with that statement. So obviously I know Skunk, you pretty much answered your side. Babe Ruthless, I know we've kind of been going back and forth, so I want to hear your side to what I said.
Yeah, sure. So, I mean, I agree with some others, and I think the way that it was delivered might have been a little bit blunt. And I don't totally disagree with what you're saying, right? I do agree there's a level of hard work that you need to make it in really any industry, not just like content creation itself. But I also kind of disagree on some of the nuances of what you said. Like, it's not all hard work. I would say a large part of it's also like branding, like what Scott kind of touched on earlier, where it's like you really have to make your content something that's going to stand out in the sea of like I don't know, like reaction videos, commentary videos, like gameplay footage that a lot of people all like they're already putting out, honestly. And then beyond that, just like a layer of like like connections and just like talking with people within the FGC community in order to kind of like, they'll promote your stuff and, if they like your content. So I just feel like there was maybe there was something I was missing in what you were saying. So I didn't want to like, necessarily like say that you were wrong, but I just wasn't quite sure if there was like something more to it than just that blanket statement.
No, for sure. It's good that you spoke about it, because obviously this is how this is happening now, and we're having the conversation. I do think branding is a very big part in being a fighting game content creator. That's one of the biggest parts that is lacking in general. It's been lacking for, I don't even think it's even really started that much with most of these channels. There's some channels that get it. Branding doesn't just come down to like just a banner and thumbnails being looking nice. Branding comes down to you going to tournaments, going to events that are outside of fighting games, and actually networking with people, networking with brands, trying to see what you lot can do together. It's not just about playing games as well, and just like there's just so much to it, right? So I still think the hard work kind of ties in with branding and getting yourself out there, because you have to, like, again, with branding, thumbnails, banner, that's one part of it. And if you're good at it, you're good at it, right? But then the networking, finding out what events are going on and stuff, that's all research. That there's a lot that goes into that type of thing. Then you've got researching about algorithms. How do algorithms work? Even if you're trying to collaborate, how often are you trying to reach out to people and collaborate? So there's a lot of that, and I feel like, honestly, personally, to me, I don't feel that there's enough collaborations going on at all. Fighting games have been around for how many years now? Like, we're talking decades, and we've only got maybe one or two that's hit the 1 million mark in terms of channels, right? We have maybe a few that's over the 100,000, but it's not a lot. So I do feel like there has to be something missing there. Yes, we can look at games like Apex and Call of Duty and stuff like that. The way how they package their content, I still believe it is way above how the fighting games do. But that's not discrediting fighting game channels, because there's some amazing channels that I have seen that are not above the 10k mark, and I know because I comment on those channels to try and even give them encouragement and try and do what I can to try and help, right? But yeah, that's just what I think anyways. I don't know if that kind of helps with the answer.
Yeah, no, I think it's fair. I think also just kind of like adding to that point, I think like a big part of it's also just luck, right? I mean, there's only so much you can do to kind of like study up on the algorithm, but at the end of the day, it's still this black box where, you're just pushing levers and trying to, see which title works better, or like which wording or like which hashtag might help out your video. So, yeah, I mean, I think that's definitely part of it too. But no, I definitely agree. Like, there's a lot of collaboration that needs to happen in the FGC, and actually I've been thankful that a lot of people, like when I was really starting off, like really wanted to collaborate and they liked the things that I was doing and they wanted to do it with me. But I definitely agree that a lot of that came from just my networking on Twitter and just talking to people on Twitter, so that's a big part of it.
Nah, fair enough. All right, Best of V, you do like content where you're speaking to others, so you do collaborations, right? Am I okay to say that?
Yeah, for the most part. As with everything, like getting multiple people to agree to be somewhere is difficult. Much like the miracle you've pulled off here, getting 9 of us in a room.
Hey, man. I tried, man. I said a time and it was a bit late. Hey, listen, I'm sorry, man. But yeah.
No, like I said, this is borderline a miracle. This is amazing.
Thank you.
But so your post, I think, is 100% correct, and I think the way you worded it is 100% correct.
Okay.
It is very hard to read it, and I mean that in a good way, because it makes us. It's something that I've been saying too about how fighting game content tends to be kind of, difficult to watch unless like unless you're watching like the channels you already know, right?
Yep.
I think the big uh, dissonance is that all of us are working as hard as we know how to work, right? Myself included, I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
when it comes to like knowing how to work and how to make things work, that I think is where I myself need that help. And I think a lot of us in the FGC do as well. And I know you earlier, I was watching your stream, you were mentioning people like Justin Wong and Kizzy K. I've had both of them on the show. As far as Kizzy K goes, I know he got a lot of this training from when he was with
Panda
Global.
Yep.
Like they wanted to push him as a content creator, so they taught him all the tools and everything, and he has been doing amazing.
Okay.
I would like to assume the same thing with Justin Wong, but I don't know for sure. But Brian F also had like Counter Logic when he was with them. Like that's when I think he started like really putting out a lot of good content and then working towards a lot of that. So whatever training they got, I wish I could figure out, right? So that like we can all in the FGC grow. Because reading your tweet, it's specific. Like I agree 100% with what you said, and it was difficult to read because that's exactly what I was trying to do, right? With content. So it's like, hey, we should be doing this in the FGC. It's like, damn it, what have I been doing the past 2 years, 3 years, 5 years?
So can I just interrupt
Sure,
and
go for it.
ask everyone on there? I know Skunky won't be able to do this because you don't have your cam on, but can we agree?
Apologies.
Nah, it's good. It's good. Can we agree by either putting our hand up to say the information on how to grow on the FGC, is it accessible? If you think it is, put your hands up. If you don't think it's accessible, don't put your hands up. So that's everyone. Oh, you think it's accessible? Cool. Why do you think it's accessible?
No, I think it's accessible because more time, most FGC content creators, they know what they have to upload. However, the motivation to upload this content isn't there because you have other content creators doing the bare minimum and getting the most views. Like, I'm someone that, I've said it in the chat prior to this, that I come from a content creation background. This year alone, I posted 386 videos. So reading that tweet, I can obviously say I've worked hard. I haven't gotten the reception I deserve. Even though I went from 300 subs to about 900, it's going well. I'm nearly at the monetization threshold. But even still, reading a tweet like that, it's like, I've been working hard, so it hurts. At the same time, it's like, I can easily go to tournaments, go with my DSLR, camera crew, all these grandiose things. If I'm just gonna get 10 views at the end of the day, what's the point? You know what I mean? That's the way it feels sometimes. Whereas other people are just there with a webcam, doing stream clips, 100,000 views. You know what I mean?
But do you know, like, all right, so with that being said, I feel like you definitely have a point, but then I also feel like, okay, if you done stuff where you're interviewing, like, let's say, for example, the top players, you done a different type of interview strategy. Let's say, for example, everyone asks, like, oh, how do you feel about today? Like, that is the most generic question ever in these interviews. How about I don't know, something. What's the favorite thing that you eat? Like, you go to like at least 5 to 10 players. And this is free gamers. Again, this is anyone in the chat. You lot can take this idea and run with it. If you went and said to like the top players, 5 or 10 of them, oh yeah, what's your favorite food to eat? And then you got all 10 players and you could be like FGC's most favorite food, like to eat. That is the title. Then you get like, I don't know, you probably like maybe have like all 3 of them, like, I don't know, maybe get a cutout of all 3 of them and just have like a burger and fries or something like that. You tag them in the video. I can promise you, the video itself, if that one doesn't do well, the next one will. Like, it works in that way, bro. It's just how it works. Like, sometimes the video might not work, but then the next one will, because they will be like, all right, they like this video, and then they've looked back and seen that you've had a video with all these players. Like, I feel like there's a big hole in the market when it comes to doing those type of interviews at the tournaments. There's no one doing no press. We just go to the tournaments, play, and then, I don't know, event hubs will take up all the scoop, and then that's it. So, yeah.
Also, though, you have to remember that I'm just going to assume that everyone here is in the FGC. So remember, the kind of community we have, we're all from a very, like, combative background. When you go to these events, a lot of times, people aren't really trying to make friends. They're there to either just play their games and leave, then when you try to chat to them, they look at you like a weirdo, like, why are you chatting to me in that kind of way? You know what I mean? Or they're just not like the most comfortable in front of camera. So if you were to go there and put a camera in their face, they're not gonna know what to do.
You
they're not
can't.
gonna know how to feel.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I'll keep it honest. Not everyone is sociable in the fighting game community. Like, I know this. I've been in it for a very long time. I know this. However, you then have to make them feel comfortable. This is the social skills that people need to develop when it comes to these type of things. It's like, all right, I'd say, hey, you might not know me. My name is da 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 da. Put your hand out to shake or fist bump, whatever they want to do. And just say, hey, look, like, I'm trying to just do some content where I just ask you a question. Are you okay with doing this interview? I will honestly say most of the time they don't really want to do interviews while the tournament is going on. However, after the tournament or after when they're out of the tournament, they're a lot more comfortable because they don't have that pressure of trying to figure out what to do in a tournament.
Can I make a quick point
I mean,
as
is
well
that kind
regarding
of
the
content?
videos?
Sorry.
Sorry.
Babe,
Sorry, go
Ruthless
ahead.
first, and then Tendo, you go first then.
Cool. With the argument of like uploading 300 and certain videos in a year and then only receiving like 10 views or something, I feel that entirely because a lot of time that does correlate to like hard work, and people think like a lot of hard work will guarantee like that sort of upwards trajectory and growth, like keep uploading the same thing. But a lot of times like the point of like adaptability is very key, because if it's like, for example, 300 like ranked matches, yeah, and it doesn't change or it doesn't adapt over time, of course, like it's not going to grow per se. And let's say, for example, like it's interviews, for example, as you've said, there's a certain way. We've all heard the term of like YouTube algorithm, but that's a very real thing. There's a certain way you have to edit videos. There's a certain way you have to do your intro. There's a certain way you have to do everything. So it's a matter of like making sure that your video structure, your video quality is pretty much 10/10. And as Jay said, if it doesn't work this time, it will work the next time, and then the next time. And all it takes is, as Babe Ruthless said, with the luck element, one right person to see it and share it. So with like, back to my main point of what's it called, the hard work and success with is it what's the name again, sorry?
Best of 5.
No, it wasn't Best of V. It was the guy after him.
Cogbilly.
Cogbilly,
Yeah.
that's it.
Cogbilly.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
With the quantity, I would say that is like the signal, in my opinion, to like focus hard on quality. Because once quality improves, then essentially quantity doesn't have to it's not that it gets less important, but quality will override everything and will lead to success in my opinion.
And that's the crazy thing. I appreciate what you're saying. I truly do, innit? But I promise you, you have to look at least. I can't pretend that like all 380 videos are the best quality, but at least 200 of them, I promise you, highly engaging, 30 seconds, audience retention, all the things you think, uploading shorts from the videos, getting the best moment, the best clips, like possibly everything you can think of. Sometimes just like, I believe luck is basically when preparation meets opportunity.
Yep.
I believe
Yeah,
that
you have-
having all
you
these
have-
things ready.
You definitely like, one thing that I didn't say in my tweet is there's definitely some luck to it, for sure. Like me saying that it's just, I've got this AMD update coming up. Sorry, I don't know why that randomly came up. Anyways, there's definitely some luck to it, for sure. Like, I'm not saying, you just didn't work hard enough. You need to work harder. There's no luck involved. I'm not saying that at all. But yeah, I want Peach to talk because I want to know, like, what do you think about this? Like, just, is there like a struggle in the FGC, like where we can't find out the information to grow? Like, what do you think?
Can I be heard?
Of course you can.
Yeah.
So I exist on the filthy casual / very, I'm here for a good time, not a competitive time side of the FGC community.
Okay.
And one thing I can say is that I've been playing fighting games my whole life. I've mashed for 23 out of 24 of those years. But I've still been of the community. And I think one place where the FGC, now that I'm in it, really falls short is in the accessibility. And I mean in terms of, for the people who aren't super clued up as to what the lingo is, don't know everything about like frame rates and frame data and everything else, how do I now come and enjoy somebody's video that is super technical? And 90% of the videos that I see in the FGC space in general are either super competitive, super technical, or it's like very guide heavy, very much like you need to already be in the know to know what the hell is going on. And where the games like Apex and VAL and COD and all of the popular games do really well, and I'm saying this as somebody who is a content creator outside of the FGC space, is that they are accessible to somebody who knows absolutely nothing about the game, which is why IFC Yipes' commentary is great. Jay Wong, love his videos. Like, my brothers have been playing fighting games since before Christ, since before I was even a thought. Like, I'm talking about Darkstalkers, like Street Fighter out for 2 days, you know, they were down Chuckadero having a great time. That's the content that they enjoy, because you don't have to think too hard and it's not super serious. And it's like when you've just come back from a long day of work and you just want to sit down and enjoy something, I don't give a damn about frame data or how many, like what the percentage of this combo is. Do you know what I mean? I literally just want to enjoy it. And I feel like because we're in the community and these are the things that we're interested in, because we're the ones going to the competitions and we want to have a good time, and not get hit in the face because we don't know how to block. Definitely dragging myself.
Nah, I heard
those
it.
are the things that we look for. And it's like we need to be thinking about the people who kind of want it in but don't want to be seen to know, not really knowing anything, or like just want to be able to have fun with us without having to know all of the tech. Like,
No,
the
she's better.
barrier to entry for FGC content is super high. And I feel like one thing that I want to do and I would love to see more of is just bring it down. Let's do it in layman terms. Let's have fun and let's have a good time, because that's the content that does really well. Because it's like I don't even have to know anything about Street Fighter in order to giggle at somebody getting beat up for like three sets straight. Do you know what I mean? So that's my take.
What's your favorite fighting game at the minute, Peach?
Do you know what? Because of this EGX, okay, I like Tekken 7 now because I've been sweating it because I accidentally entered the tournament on Saturday, so now I actually have to try and do something. Strife has always been my favorite because the barrier of entry is so low.
Alright, hold on 1 second. I wait, hold on. Mods, kick her out of the chat. She don't like Tekken. Kick her out of the chat. Nah, I'm joking.
I've been watching Tekken content all the time. You could have asked me to play that game. I was like, bro, I can't lie. This thing is looking long. I just wanna grab my
She's very. I was literally watching her stream this morning. She's very new still.
Yeah. Nah,
I said this is ridiculous. It was fun.
It was fun. It's enjoyable.
We can do content together. I think I've got definitely a good content idea for you for Tekken. We'll talk about it after. Shin.
Amazing.
No, we'll do it. Shin, I want to hear, what are your struggles in the FGC?
Well, when I was creating content in the FGC, it was definitely consistency, which I feel like it was best of. Is it better? Hello?
Yeah, I could hear you now.
Okay. It was definitely consistency. I think you were right with the FGC not really working hard because they're not consistent enough. They talk a big game, but there's no action. There's just talking and no action, right? All these people, they claim they want to do something and they don't do anything. So of course nobody will ever grow if there's no consistency, right? I was creating content when I was playing Master Duel when that came out 2 years. Was it 2 years? I think it was probably last year or the year before.
Okay.
And all I needed was consistency. I did almost the basic of editing, right? I played Blue Eyes and I guess people loved it, right? So trial and error. You find something that works, abuse it until it doesn't work. So that was my mantra with that. But with fighting games, if something's not working, don't keep doing it until it eventually works, right? Find something else to do until that works, abuse that, and then do other things after that. So it's just finding a niche that works, abusing it, and then, you venture off into other things. Because then you'll open up other doors for your channel. Also, where you're advertising it for other people to see it definitely matters. Because I post it in my Discord, all my friends see it, so it gets views that way. If you stream, you're having a great day on stream, advertise it on there. Post it on Twitter a couple of times. Things like that. People don't do any of that. And I can definitely see where he says where people do the basic stuff and are constantly popping off. But a lot of those guys that I see are doing that are already amazing players, right? I don't see anybody that's terrible at a video game popping off on YouTube. I don't see that. A lot of the guys that I see are Brian F, Punk, Jay Wong, Kizzy K, Daigo, Kakaru, those guys will always go off whether they put any sort of effort or not because they're already great at the game. People want to see, at that point, people are just trying to see somebody good at the game, not an entertaining video. People are just trying to find tech.
But then,
so it.
Nah, sorry, go on.
Oh, so it's definitely, you know, so Punk, I watch his videos, but I'm not really like there to learn. I'm just like, oh, he bodied them with another character. Let's see how he did with that character. So he has his niche that's working out, and he's abusing it. Great for him. And he has another editor, so he has people doing that for him, right? So yeah. So it's all about finding people you can work with, right? Find that editor if you need help with a couple of videos or a video idea, somebody that can do your thumbnails. All the little things matter. And I think that's where people are also lacking in terms of creating content.
Nah, I definitely agree. I feel like with what you're saying, I feel like people do the bare minimum. I'm not saying everyone does. I don't want to put everyone into that box, but I feel like what people do is they upload it to YouTube and then hope for the best. And that's not gonna work. Me personally, like some of the stuff that I do is I have a Discord server. My Discord server then tells when the videos are up, and it uploads automatically. I don't even know who. Like someone helped. I think it was Sky to Rush. Sky to Rush helped me with the bot. I have no clue how that works, but I had someone to help me do that. And then again on my Twitch, if there's something important that I've uploaded, what I would do is I would then use the pin feature. So I'll then say check out latest video, use the pin feature, and then have it till the end of the stream. So if I'm streaming for like 4 hours, everyone that's logging into that stream is going to see that. Now, some people can then argue me and say, all right, well, what if when not everyone has 200 viewers or 100 viewers? Sometimes we have like maybe 10 people watching, but that's 10 people that might be watching a stream that might not have known that your video is uploaded to YouTube. You have to make sure that all the areas are checked. Post it on Twitter or X or whatever it's called now. Post it on, everywhere that you can. If you got Instagram, in your story. These are the things that you can do to help yourself. So when I'm saying you ain't tried hard enough, it's not me saying, oh, you haven't uploaded a video. You haven't tried to do things to help promote yourself. No one else is going to promote for you. And that's why it sounded blunt. And again, I can't apologize. Like then when someone's blunt to someone, it can hurt some people, but it's from a good place, and I want people to do better.
So I'm sorry to cut you off, King. Jay, you've been doing this a long time. Like I've known you for a long time, or at least of you for a long time. So I know you've been doing this for years.
Yep.
Nobody should be comparing what they do to what you're doing because they definitely don't have the time spent that you do. So them trying to compare, to be honest, they're not doing themselves any favors. They should be comparing themselves to others that have just started. Right? Because I remember Street Fighter V Season 1. You entered something that I did online. So I've known you since then. So to compare, because King J is doing this with just his Twitter clips or his Twitch clips, I'm like, yeah, but that's not fair. He's been doing this. You were probably in elementary school and he was already doing this. It's definitely not fair. I was
entering tournaments in pubs where they were only giving you £10 for the prize.
Literally. and to keep it blunt, that's perfectly fine, because if they're okay with being blunt and fighting with fighting games, right? No, hit them with it, because they need that.
I just wanted everyone to grow. That's all it is. Best of V, what's up, man?
Yeah, I wanted to add two things. First, I don't think you need to apologize for how you've spoken, because I feel like a lot of people need that reality check at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And the fact that it stirred up so much shit, I think, is a good thing.
If I was nice, there wouldn't be no replies. There wouldn't be this.
Exactly.
And this is what I needed. Sorry,
I think if you were nice about it, people would probably think, oh, he's talking about another content creator, not me, right? So the fact that you put it so bluntly is, I think, something that the FGC as a whole needed to see. And the other thing that I wanted to bring up is, I think as a community, when we look at the FGC, in the Earth, as opposed to how the community is in Japan. Japan has such a tight-knit community that everybody tends to support everybody else, right? And granted, that's geological stuff, right? Because Japan is like the size of like, you know, like one state in the United States, or you know, it's very small, so everybody's forced to be together. But I think the fact that they project like that community feel is why I think they've been so successful recently. And I say that because I don't mean for this to sound harsh. That's not what I mean. I think it's my own ignorance. But I had no idea that there were this many people creating content in the FGC. Right?
Neither did
had
I.
Not heard of you. Yeah, I had not heard of you. Now I will be looking at your shit for the next month. So, you know, it's one of those things where I think one of the big problems is because the fighting game community is so fragmented, and to Peach's point, because everybody looks at it as such a competitive thing and as such a like a solitary journey, like people tend to like get stuck in their own bubble, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think what would be interesting is if we can find like some ways for us to like burst out of our bubbles and find out more about who exists in the FGC, right? Instead of just focusing on ourselves and like, you know, min-maxing like with punishes or whatever.
Yeah. No, I hear
You mind
it.
about that?
I wanted to get Vaganti because he's been chilling here for a time, and I want to get his views. I want to hear what he's saying. Vaganti,
Okay.
go on.
There's quite a bit to say. First about the working hard comment on Twitter.
Uh-huh.
So I agree with your statement saying that people haven't worked hard enough. But at the same time, I believe it's also understandable that there are certain people who have also taken that in the wrong way, specifically because there are people that are put into certain situations where, unfortunately, as much as they try hard enough, it doesn't mean they necessarily know how to try hard enough. So think of it this way. It's not that people aren't trying their best. It's just that they don't know how else to try it. They don't know how else they're going to get to a certain level. So without saying too much, me, for example, I told you this on Twitter that I come from Ghana. I live in Ghana. I'm in Ghana right now.
Oh.
And yeah. And
Whoa. You're in Ghana right now.
Yes.
There's FGC in the Ghana.
Yes, exactly.
Let's go.
Shout
We
out
need to
Ghana.
collect. Bro, are you crazy? I did not know that.
Bro, there's
Exactly.
an FGC in Africa, bro.
Nah, but not
Jay,
Ghana.
you're violating.
No. But there's not. I don't know like content that comes out of like Ghana. Like, do you see what I'm saying? Like, I just didn't know
fair,
that.
Fair.
Yeah. Sorry.
That's actually exactly what I'm trying to tell you, that it's not necessarily that people haven't tried hard enough, it's just they don't know how to try. Because as we're talking here, I know a guy who's amazing at Street Fighter. He's the same person who's literally teaching me how to play the game now. And this guy can't compete because that time has passed for him. You know, he's way older than me. He's in his 30s. He's got wife and kids, that kind of stuff. But he's here teaching me how to play. But the
Whoa.
thing is,
Whoa. Hey, I'm in my 30s, bro. What do you mean? This time
Yeah,
ain't
everybody
passed.
who was
No,
everybody
he's
who's over
not-
30. Just
Bro, listen.
No, not
my
necessarily.
wrists
Bro,
are
you men
still
are old.
my wrists are still working. What do you mean in your 30s? Bro, he can still do content. Nah, go on, continue.
No, but what I'm trying to say is, again, without saying too much, let me give an example. For me, before I have these lights and this mic, and I'm
Okay.
talking to you like this right now, I had a phone, and all I had to do with that phone, I remember I told my dad, for my birthday, can I get a PC? It was terrible PC, but yeah, I had to do something. I wanted to start something. So I literally used my phone's hotspot on cellular data because data is a problem here. And I had to be smart about it. I played Osu, you know, that rhythm game with everybody clicking around the screen and everything. And the reason I played that and the reason I got good at that is because I told myself like this was the only way. Because I was using phone data, so I had to stream at such a low quality. So I would put the bitrate on like 500, use one of these midnight bundles and stream over the course of the night between 12 a.m. and 4 a.m. Osu to try and get my name out there. But it didn't necessarily work because people are not, let's be honest, people especially today are not going to sit around and watch some low quality content that is now coming out. Some people are not really all for that, but some people are for the hard work to some degree. Some people are like, oh yeah, I like seeing that. So back then, are there things that I personally would have done differently? Yeah, because the way I was streaming and the type of content that I tried to release at the time, even though it was contextual within its time and it was supposed to be something that was within the right moment to sort of project me to a certain point. It wasn't. It didn't mean that that was the content that I needed to do it, and that was how I particularly needed. Then that was how I particularly needed to do it. So, for example, and sorry, Tendo, but I'm going to bring you up here. Before I even got to know Tendo the way I do, I literally had to come out of woodworks at a very opportune time, see him uploading on PC for the first time, got into his Discord and said, Tendo, I can make your banners for you. And that's how I became friends with Tendo. If it wasn't for that, I wouldn't have known him. And if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have known people within the community like Ayo Richie. I wouldn't have known people like oh no, I've forgotten his name, Mirio again.
Okay.
Mirio. So just because people are supposed to be working hard doesn't mean that they necessarily know how to work hard. What you said is true. The people with opportunities can be considered to not have worked hard enough. And as much as I can say, like, in order to get where I am, to even have the opportunity to release content and to play fighting games on a level that I do, it's genuinely hard work. But again, not everybody is going to be willing to do anything to get to a point like this. Some people decide that this is not going to work for me in the long term, or I don't want to put this much in the long term, I'm just going to go this way. Some people also decide that I really want this, and it has its risk, understandably. So and when people evaluate those risks, they decide to, not everybody has a lot to fall back on, or not everybody has a lot to fall onto. So they have to pick a side, they have to make a decision. So that's where the hard work comment can come off as, for example, I believe that somebody maybe like me could have seen that and gone, like, they could have gotten triggered or something, who couldn't super tilted, like, what's this man talking about? He doesn't know what he's talking about. But then again, when you look at it from multiple perspectives, you can see, like, I understand why people would say that. But you should also understand that people, like, don't say this from a generalized perspective of, oh yeah, just everybody could have worked. The person obviously knows that there are nuances and different circumstances, but at the same time, not everybody can think that way. Not everybody can do that.
Cool. I'll hold my hands up, and like I said, I don't know everyone's circumstances, so I'm not gonna just say like, yo, everyone. Like, I personally feel like people could work harder from what I have seen. You know, if you're in Ghana and, you know, your internet connection ain't great and stuff like that, I can't now tell you to work harder. Your situation is different. But from what I'm seeing, from the general view, I am seeing that a lot of people, like, even like from the tweet that I done, everyone that got at me and said, oh yeah, you don't know, I've been working hard, I have literally clicked on their X profile. It sounds so cringe saying X, sorry, Twitter profile.
Oh my
right?
God.
And I've then looked at the bio, and I'm like, hey, there's no link tree. Now, I'm going to put you onto some game in the chat. If you are doing content creation, you need to not just have one social media in that section there. In the website part of the section, you need to have a link tree that then links onto all of your stuff. That way, if I am looking for something specific, say for example, if I'm looking to see if you have a Twitch, if you now got a YouTube there and you don't have like a link tree or anything like that, I am not going to click, right? I don't have to go and click on your YouTube to then try and find to see if you got something else to then see if you've got a Twitch. Like, you need to have a link tree or another social media tree that keeps everything in one place. If you got a website, brilliant. Like, that is one thing. Another thing is, like, again, depending on your circumstances, you know, like you said, you're in Ghana, and, you know, you don't have the greatest PC. But if you could, like, I don't know, just somehow do video edits, and, or again, maybe try and network with people, or try and, like, collab, and, you know, you've said to Tendo about graphics. That type of stuff can get you in as well, you know, to then do other things. You know, this whole fighting game content creation realm is, to me, the way how I've kind of pushed and got to where I've got to, where I've got my studio that's not in my house, to me flying around doing whatever. It's all from networking and talking to people. You know, like, I talk to people outside of fighting games to get to the stage where I need to be, because I don't really see, without this sounding crazy, I don't really see too many opportunities with people in fighting games, I see loads of different small islands. Everyone is on their own island. No one is really trying to reach out. Whereas I think if people are doing content and then someone says, hey, you know, reach out, like, oh yeah, let me get you on this show, or let me do this, I think there will be a lot more opportunities and more eyes on fighting game content creators. Like, there's a few of you lot in here that I didn't know do content. And there's a lot of people on that thread that I didn't know that does content. Like, and it's interesting to me to see, like, you know, so many people creating content, you know. But from what I hear is a lot of people have given up, you know. And I want to kind of segue this to Shin, and then Babe Ruthless, I got something that I want to ask you afterwards. So Shin, I wanted to ask you, because you said that you stopped doing fighting game content. What was the pivot point for you where you said, all right, you know what, I need to change and not do fighting games?
Oh, so I ended up telling you that for a second, Nate, I'm gonna like try again with fighting games. I just stopped playing fighting games in general, like in 2020 during COVID. Okay. So it wasn't even something that I just quit content creation. I just stopped playing fighting games in general. Okay. It got to a point where, you know, COVID, lockdown, I'm home all day. Playing Tekken, I kind of burnt myself out because I was playing too much of it to a point where I kind of like wasn't really enjoying it because I was playing way too much every day. It just felt repetitive. So I kind of like mentally like psyched myself out where I kind of just felt burnt out. And then Valorant came out, as somebody had mentioned before about Valorant. So that came out. So I kind of just started playing that instead. So it wasn't something where I kind of like just quit. I just moved on to, I guess, something else.
All right, cool. That's understandable. All right, Babe Ruthless, I got a question for you. You say you do your content. Do you feel like there is, actually, what is your struggle in your content creation career at the minute? What's your struggle with fighting games?
Yeah, so I would say, I mean, kind of what you were referring to a little bit earlier, which is that, like, so I know a lot of you guys, you do more like Twitch or like more variety streaming type content. So, you know, it's a little bit, I don't want to say easier, but, you know, you're more able to kind of put out content on a regular basis. Whereas something where I do right now, which is very much like analysis based, or even more so kind of looks a little bit at a retrospective, it's just a little bit more time consuming. Yeah, so I mean, like I you know, to your earlier point, I think somebody, I'm sorry, I forget exactly who, but somebody was talking like they had like 100 videos out of like, you know, like you had 300 videos, right? And 200 of those videos were really engaging, right? But to me, I'm like, if all 300 videos aren't engaging, then why put out all of them? Then only put out 200 of them. So I mean, I guess my perspective is that, like, if the content isn't all high quality, then I don't really see the point in putting it out there. And, you know, I don't necessarily disagree with, you know, your statement on like the Twitter post, but I just think you can't say a blanket statement like that on Twitter and not expect there to be massive blowback.
I have something to say.
Okay, go on.
I have something to say as well after.
Sure.
Yeah, me too. Me three.
As a variety streamer who has done fairly well in a very short amount of time, one thing I see a lot of my peers who I wish I could bring up with me is this idea that everything needs to be quality in order for it to be good content. And then they'll get pissed off with TikTok because people sitting on the app and scratching their bum are going viral and then building an audience for doing absolutely nothing when they're sitting there busting their ass trying to make the best video ever. Diversifying the content that you're doing, I'm sorry, I haven't heard of you before, but I'm sure it's amazing. But I feel like you would really benefit from diversifying not only the type of content that you do, but also the quality of it, and then pushing that on other platforms, because it's not just one platform that people are going to find you on. Everybody says YouTube is great because of SEO, and that's a good way that you can plug yourself in. But then there's also, like, in order to grow, you have to be everywhere. And it's like, I think if there's one thing that I've learned, it's about being in the right place all the time, rather than just having a great thing and then hoping that somebody stumbles upon it. Like, it's hard, like there are definitely different factors at play. Like there's geographical location. Like it's easy for me to go and network and build a community because all of the events at my doorstep, like EGX London, this London, that London. But you can network online. Like I've met so many amazing FGC content creators who are women as well, like Saki Sakura, all of the Padia babes, like, and they don't just do all of the super optimized, super intensive, super hard work content. That can be your bread and butter, but that's not necessarily going to be how people discover you. And that's also a very small niche in a very big scene. Like there are so many different types of FGC content that you can create that don't require a lot of effort. Like even just streaming you playing a couple of sets and then cutting down the best moments and putting some shitty subs on it can do really well on the right platform, and then somebody can discover your work and then get locked into the stuff that you really care about as a content creator. And I just wish that, like, I think that's where I disagreed with Jay's point actually when he said it's just about working harder, because it's not just about hard work, it's about knowing where to put your energy so that you can optimize it. Like we're spending how many hours optimizing content, our combos, but not enough in terms of optimizing where we're putting everything. Not everything belongs on YouTube, not everything belongs on Twitch, not everything belongs on TikTok. And it's about knowing where you're going to find the audience that's going to appreciate what it is that you're trying to do. And sometimes that is 100% is a thing of luck, but I think whatever it is, I don't know what that would look like for you, but find something that you can do quickly and produce a lot, even if it's the same thing all of time, and then flood like a really short form, short attention span platform with it, even if it's like top 10 characters I don't know, but find that thing and then push it with everything that you've got, just so that people can find you.
Sorry, quick. I'm quickly asked you, because this is great advice, by the way. I really appreciate it. But I know one of the things I need to work on was my networking. So it's good to be in this space. Thank you to everybody. And also diversify my content. I know where to put it. As of recent, my partner actually, she told me to start making K-pop reactions. And that's been getting a lot of views. And that has nothing to do with fighting game content. But I've been reacting to like, different K-pop groups. And they've been getting me some subscribers and some views. I want to get your views on that. Because it had nothing to do with fighting game content, does it kind of destroy the integrity of my channel?
Who
upload content that has nothing to do?
Who you asking at, me or?
I guess whoever wants to answer.
I would say.
Okay.
You know what I would say? I would be like, sorry to interrupt. If it's something that like makes sense and something that you enjoy, you should do it. I guess there's a novelty of like someone who's not in the space reacting to it, but I feel like with that, for example, I don't think you need to go so far out of your lane for the sake of like views or whatever's popular. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't think that's necessarily always something you always have to do. Like Peach provided a, an amazing point of the right content will do correctly on the right forms. Like I've had a YouTube video, for example, that would only get like less than 10,000 views on YouTube. Upload to TikTok, it gets like 2 million. So it's really a matter of putting the right thing on the right platform. Short subtitles. Like I'll give an example. I went to like a tournament like last month, right? And I vlogged it. When I was even recording it on the day, I did it like I recorded twice. So once with my phone like this for YouTube, and once with my phone like this for Instagram and TikTok. So I knew that like, alright, cool. At least iPhone quality HDR, like it'll pan it. Upload like short TikToks and Instagram reels. Bang. It's one of these ones where I'm like, I can put those out quickly and then make like a main version on YouTube where that will drop and that will go off. So then again, like me, this is someone who originally came from tech and edits. What business do I have doing a vlog? It's still within the FGC sphere, but that is in my opinion, a great example of diversifying your content. But to the point of like going very far out, like I don't really listen to K-pop too much, but it wouldn't really, unless I'm just fucking about on stream, excuse my language, it doesn't really make sense for me to now put a whole video of reacting to K-pop on my channel. It would really make sense. So whatever your sphere is, really whatever's like working for you, I would say do that. Capitalizing on future stuff as well. The beta is coming out. There's hella events. You sound like you're from the UK. Comic-Con, EGX are literally around the corner. So whoever knows asking questions there. Whenever there's a Tekken 8 stand, there's a Jin statue. Record that. Queen statue, record that. Bus bands, stuff like that. It's really all I have to say about that.
That is literally a perfect example. Like when I say diversifying your content, it doesn't have to be something outside of your niche. Like having a video on optimized combos and then talking about like tier lists for your favorite fighting game and then talking about who has the best chip as a character, those are 3 different types of content. All 3 of those fit within the FGC space. Like, what I would say to you is that I understand what you're doing in terms of reacting to K-pop as terms of like grinding metrics, but I promise you those people are not coming back to watch your Tekken streams. And at the end of the day, as a content creator, what you want to do is build a loyal audience who are going to support you and support your work. So if you can, even if it's loosely tied to FGC, just make sure that that theme is consistent throughout everything that it is that you're doing.
Babe.
Can I say something?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Oh, sorry, no, you barely had a chance to talk. I'll go after you.
I appreciate that. One thing that I really wanted to say, and it sort of touches on what Peach was saying earlier about the people that don't really know, you know, like the frame data and shit like that, is I find it so interesting because I completely agree with it, and I feel like me and Peach are the 2 opposites because one, I would say that I'm the one that, you know, has spent the time, you know, like learning the strings, like I know the frame data, this is that. I'll be so honest here. I feel like all of us as content creators, we need to start thinking how the developers of these games we're playing think. And what I mean by that is that you look at all like the lineup now, one thing that Tekken 8, Street Fighter 6, they all have in common. These developers are all making it easier so that more people come and play it. And I feel like it's so smart because I'll be so real, like I love Tekken and I love the FGC, but I feel like I'm sort of over it now. Like, and the content that I'd be interested in, like I'll give you an example. I was on Twitch about a month ago and there was a top 8. And then there was my other boy, who you know as well, Jay, Cloud T Sibs. Both of them were streaming. And I was watching the top 8, and I was thinking to myself, do I really want to watch this shit? Like, do I really want to see a bunch of Kunimitsu's, Zafinas on an infinite stage for like the 1,000,000th time? So I click on Cloud's stream, and Cloud is playing Tekken 7 with his dad, who's actually like a OG in the FGC, but he hasn't played like fighting games since like Street Fighter 2 and stuff like that. Like he's from the arcade era and he's playing Tekken 7 with like the new generation, like his son, and they're just having bands, like they're talking shit to each other. And I found it, I literally sat there for the whole stream. I didn't watch that top 8. And I feel like as content creators, if we start pushing out content, like sure you can make content that will appeal to the FGC, but I feel like it's so much better if you can make content that will appeal to people outside the FGC and then bring them into the FGC, which will make the FGC grow. Like for example, I'd much rather watch like, I don't know, like a drunk Tekken from Tendo where he's taking shots every time he loses. Or maybe even like King J teaches his partner how to play Tekken or something crazy like that. Because to me, it's like, oh shit, this is new. Like this is interesting. Like I haven't seen this before. It's not just, you know.
It's actually crazy because that's the idea I wanted to present to Peach. I wanted to teach Peach how to play Tekken with her with whoever she picks.
Yeah, like stuff like that. It's way more interesting.
Yeah,
than
so
seeing, you know, the same things. And obviously, you know, that stuff will always be available to people. You know, like the Us and Ash, like top 8, like that'll always be there. But what's not there is like the content that could really push our community as a whole and fill in, you know, that gap.
No, 100%. Go on, babe.
Yeah, I just want to say, like, I agree 100%. Like, I think the problem, so first of all, just to talk about Peach's point a little bit, I agree that, you know, I have done a little bit of diversifying in the past. I kind of moved from talking more about stage videos to other more like FGC adjacent topics. But I still don't think like the idea of like effortless content is where like, you know, it should be how we're trying to grow our audiences and our brand, right? I think the problem with the FGC is there's so much mindless content of gameplay, like just people playing gameplay. And if we want to bring new people into the community, like that's not how we're going to get them, or we're going to get people to tune in to this content. We really need to come up with like new innovative content, like, I don't know, like doing shots in front of the stream or whatever Skunk was talking about earlier. But You know, I do the content that I want because I legitimately really enjoy talking about all these things, and I think to diversify into like, oh, I just need to put out like 500 videos just so I can grow my channel. That's not how, you know, personally I feel like I want to run my channel. So
You know what I would say
To-
though?
May I
to that?
also say, when I say
Actually, no, go ahead,
diversify,
Fish, go
also I agree with everything you just said. But when I say diversify, I don't mean diversify at the expense of what you're known for and what your brand is. I mean it in terms of do that and have this on the side to reach the new audience, not to like change the entirety of what your brand does, because that's what you're known for. Man, you speaking right now.
I have a few things to say, but I think best of five. You wanted to say something? Please go ahead.
Yeah, I just have one quick thing to say. Last week I had Zed Tabani on my show, and one of the conversations that we had, he's the person who like did the soundtrack for Evo this year. He's the person who made Run Back City, and like he's known as like the Red Rapper. Something that we got into talking was about how lately it's felt like the FGC needs more people representing the community side of things, right? Because there's a billion different ways that we can contribute to our community that's not playing. For example, like, so Zed, his contribution is music, right? He has been making music his entire life. He made the music for Evo, he made the music for Combo Breaker. Like, you know, we have now we have content creators, you know, Babe Ruthless, we have you making all of like the more detailed videos about the fighting games itself. So I think this conversation is, I'm so happy that this conversation is happening, because this is where my brain has been at, where it's, I think we need to kind of step away, not necessarily step away from the game, that's not what I mean, but like step away from gameplay and step more towards like the
Creativity.
aspect of it.
Yeah, because
Yes, sir.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm looking at Babe Ruthless stream on the sly. Yeah, listen, I got her laughing. I'm sorry. Listen, I was just looking at it on the sly, and this content is ridiculous. It's crazy good. Like, it's amazing. Yeah, nah, it's good. I feel like doing stuff like this where we can actually all sit in one Discord and talk about this and talk about the problems, and even just like, because the next part is finding a solution. Because you know, yeah, I'm just happy that this is even happening. I just haven't seen anyone do this. If they have, then that's brilliant. But just getting people from different types of sizes and channels and talking about, like, you know, what is the problem is great. And now I want to move on to, what do you think the solution is? And I want to give it to Vaganti. You can start.
I wanted to actually say something
Oh, okay.
concerning the previous topic. So it actually ties in with what I said about not necessarily knowing how to work hard, because this is a perfect example of something that I've been through, and Tendo knows exactly what I'm about to bring up. So 4 years or 3 years ago, when I got into fighting games, I made a video, and it took me 6 months to make that video. And according to Tendo, that video was so good.
It was amazing, honestly.
It was 22 minutes long, but nobody has seen that video. Nobody has seen that video. And even Tendo, who says the video is so amazing, has absolutely no idea for some of the things to happen, how I even made them happen. And it ties with knowing how to work hard. Because if you look at streamers if you look at people like even Maximilian, who've already made a name for themselves, I believe that there's a takeaway there concerning what Babe Ruth said about quality. Not every quality is good quality, because when you take an animator, for example, somebody who's supposed to be, you know, somebody who's animating your anime, or somebody who's making your CG effects in all the movies that you've been watching, somebody who's been working on the animations of your characters in any fighting game that you decide to play, that person is not only working, saying, I'm going to make this the best possible to bring it out there for people to play. That person is saying, I need to meet this deadline. This game has to be out by this day. They are trying to balance these two things. And it's why when a fighting game character comes out and we see the character, some of us love the character, some of us don't even care. I held a poll on Twitter last time asking about people what they actually prefer in fighting games. Are you looking at sound effects? Or are you looking at the music? Or are you looking at the animations of the characters? Or are you looking at all of these things? There's barely anyone who said all of them. They all prefer one thing over the other. So what I will say is that sometimes you may want to put that much quality in there, but just because you're putting that amount of quality in there doesn't always necessarily mean that the people who are putting less quality in their videos are doing a bad job either. In fact, I would say that they're taking advantage of the fact that they can work more for less effort to a certain degree. And if you decide as a channel or as a content creator that your integrity, your personal preference is to put that much work in your content, your reward should be you working. That magic that you are looking for should be in the hard work that you are actually having the process of doing. So you should appreciate your work. If you can't appreciate your work, don't expect someone else to do that. So that, like, I remember that video alone, it took me so long because it was my first project. I had learned editing. I had learned how to make thumbnails. I had learned like all these things that I did in my spare time just so I could make that project come together. I remember recording the intro for that alone took me about 6 hours of content just to snip through and get like a 15-second intro.
What is the video? Post it in my chat. I'm gonna keep it pinned.
Okay. But nobody, like, Tendo saw the intro and he's like, oh, that intro is sick. But he doesn't need to know that also took 6 hours to make. And he may not even know why he liked that intro so much. But basically, I was implementing animation and transition techniques, like making sure that one scene always cuts from the left to the right so that it looks like everything is flowing in a circular motion. No one cares about that stuff. And it's not to say that there's some people who won't appreciate it. There's some who will. And whenever you find people like that, you should always appreciate them. Yes, it's like getting a pat on the back and saying like, you did an amazing job. Thank you. But again, that watching your work in that light, in that perspective, should be your reward. It should be your reward. So even when it comes to quality, and I brought up Maximilian, and there's also another content creator that I know of. His name is the Russian Badger. He said something very particular in his in one of the compilations of his yearly videos that he made. He said, I noticed that some of you some of the stuff that I can work hours on hours just so I can have 10 seconds or 3 seconds in a video, I realize that you guys don't really care about that. And that's the truth. Some people just want to see your product. Some people are there for you, and some people are there for the work that you're doing. So when you're there and you appreciate these people from both sides, you can realize that you don't always have to put in that 100%. Even if you were going to your job and you were making something that you were passionate about, you wouldn't have to put in that 100% because you need to reserve your energy for other things. And that's just the way things are. It doesn't speak badly of anyone for trying to cheap out in a certain light. I say certain light because there are limits to everything. Don't falsely balance yourself. Too much of everything's bad, too little of everything's bad. You have to do things in the right proportion. So that's just what I wanted to say in regards to Babe Ruthless's comment. And King J, I actually went off so far on the tangent that I forgot the topic of what you were asking me to actually clarify just now, or what you were asking me for.
Oh, I said
the solutions.
I said
solutions.
Yeah, because like it's all good complaining about, like, like with what I did, it's all good doing that. It's all good complaining. Like, we can complain until the cows come home, whatever. But we need to find a solution. I'm all about solutions to problems. So I just wanted to know what the solution is to the problem that we have right now, where I personally think that, the growth in fighting games seems to be hard. Can we all agree to that? Yeah, no, yeah.
Yeah,
okay, cool.
Yeah, we agree.
So what's the solution then? How do we do we all need to do more stuff where we collaborate, stuff like this? What is there? What do we have to do? Cog Billy, you can start.
Yeah, I'm gonna say in regard to solutions, funny enough, I do believe that the time for fighting game content is coming. I've been studying YouTube for a long time now, over the years, and I feel like in the gaming space especially, a lot of different games get their moment to shine. There's been times where Minecraft was the biggest game, and you've got things like Relevant, and you've got Overwatch, and you've got Call of Duty, and shooting games, but fighting games have never really been like the top of the thing. I don't know if you lot have, obviously you've definitely noticed it, but this year Tekken, even just Tekken, Mortal Kombat, the reach it's had on social media has been unparalleled. It's never been this big before. You have Tekken trailers for individual characters all getting millions of views each. Like, I didn't even know that many Tekken fans that want to consume this kind of content, you know what I mean? So to see that it's possible to get millions of views fighting game content, I do believe just by and more conversations like this, collaborating more, these are the solutions that we need, because next year or within the next couple of years, then fighting games finally have their time to shine, and everyone that's making fighting game content is finally getting their comeuppance, and it's finally at the top of the thing. I do believe the people that have been consistent and they've been uploading high quality, good content videos consistently, these are going to be who people gravitate towards. You know what I mean? During that period of time, and then regards to what I think his name was, what Dante was saying, the whole quality stuff, I completely hear it, man. I hear it. Like, you put a lot of effort into things that people don't really care about. I understand that. At the same time, I don't think that means you shouldn't do it anymore. Like, I know that sounds like a bit
1000%.
contradictory.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
I started this whole chat saying that Skunk's videos, when I first saw Skunk's edits, I wanted to delete every single video on my channel. You know what I mean? Like, I'm thinking to myself, legit, like a normal fighting game video, I genuinely believe that if you were to take 10% of the edits that this guy does in his video, just 10%, that can turn a video that only a top gamer could watch into a video that everyone can watch. Like, they're so easily accessible that even someone that doesn't care about Tekken, Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, anything, they can watch this video and be entertained just by the edits alone. I feel like just those things is undeniably good. Like, you know what I mean? I feel like there's some content out there that's undeniable.
Yeah.
But just
I
to
feel.
draw
Yeah, go on, Vagante.
to sort of pull you back there, I didn't necessarily mean to say that you should stop doing completely what you are, like the quality, the amount of quality or the amount of time that you decide to put into a project. But I'm just saying to understand where you can be lazy, and if you decide to put certain amounts of effort towards something, that final product should be your reward. That magic that you are looking for is in the process that you are not willing to go through. That's what I'm saying.
Nah, I hear it. Cog, you've answered. I would like to say I kind of want a joint one from Tendo and Skunk, because you two do, like, for everyone else that might not know, they kind of got the meme kind of edits where they will take stuff from the fighting game or Tekken and they'll make funny stuff and add it into it, explosions, this ha ha he he stuff, right? And they're very good at doing that, very, very good. From where you lot are in your lot's career doing this, what do you think is the solution for growth in the FGC?
Hey, may I say something real quick before we go down this path?
Okay.
I have to split. I'm interviewing Vagabond tonight, so I do have to go and prepare for that.
Take it easy, man.
I just wanted to say, King J, thank you so much for putting this together. All 8 of you in this call, you have a new fan, so I'll be looking up all of your stuff for the next couple months.
Thank you.
And let me know when the next one is, man. Really appreciate talking about this. This is exactly what I needed. So big thanks to all of you guys.
Thank you, man. And I hope you have a great interview, man. Great. Yeah, take it easy, man.
Good luck.
Bro.
All right, cool. So I want it to be you two together collectively. So you lot can both kind of pass whatever you lot want to say.
You want to go first?
So what's the question? What's the solution?
What is the solution to having growth in the fighting game content creation career?
I feel like I'm just going to be reiterating what I was saying earlier, but even if you're not that great at editing, there's still content you could do, like I said, that would be considered, appealing to the casual audience without editing, like the drunk Tekken, or like something along the lines of that. But I feel one thing, this kind of sidetracks, but it sort of relates. It's funny because me and Tendo have been talking about this, and it's a real thing in the FGC. But we both feel that if you do FGC content, you should try as hard as possible. Like, let's say your main game is Tekken, yeah? But then like a bit about the other games. You should try as hard as possible to have your channel be not just Tekken focused or singular game focused. Because imagine something, and God forbid, yeah, imagine your whole thing was Tekken, and Tekken 8's just come out, and you've been building this up from, I don't know, like Tag 2, just Tekken content creation only. And then let's say Tekken 8 just falls off. so does your channel. You know what I mean?
It's raps at that point. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel like there's a heavy, like, this is a very kind of like common mistake that I feel a lot of pro players even do. Like, they concentrate heavily on one game, like it could be just Tekken, and then they try Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, and it's not the same. The views are not good, like it's not working out.
I've been there, you know. I've literally been there. Times where, like, I remember when Fighters came out, I dropped some Fighters videos, but they didn't, like, the Tekken videos would do amazing, and then the Fighters videos wouldn't do that well. And that discouraged me for a while, for be like, I don't want to do anything else. Like, I love these other things, but it feels like you're in a box. Like, the best thing for you to do is just get out of that box entirely. You need to have a mindset of like, we need to expand, because as Skunk said, if Tekken is raps at any point, you're finished. If the main game you play is raps at any point, you can't rely on the game.
You need something to fall back on.
Exactly.
You'll have something to fall back on. Another thing I wanted to touch on, which was actually spoken about, like, you know, the argument of I want to get into the FGC, but I don't know anything, you know, about like the technicalities. I don't know frame data. I don't know like all this stuff. But then there's also the argument of what's the point of doing like content? There's already so much competition at the top. How can I ever be there? And it sort of like touches on what Cogbilly was saying. You know, he said he saw my video, and you know, like he was like, "Fuck it, like 10% of a Skunk video would be so much in an X video." And I'll be so real. It's funny because, for one thing, when I was in high school, I was like super like I was like a green rank. I was super into like Tekken and like all that stuff, and I'd watch Tendo, Arsenal Ty, and like King J, like all these people, but specifically like Tendo and Arsenal Ty, because that was the content that was appealing to me. And in high school, like I knew a little bit about editing and that, but I remember I'd watch these guys' videos and I'd literally think to myself, yeah, I can't be bothered starting something up. Like, how would I even match the caliber of what these guys are doing?
Just out of curiosity, I just used to ask, so how long would it take you to edit a normal like 10-minute video? And also, are you using like Premiere Pro, After Effects, Final Cut? Like, what is the process for a normal video for you guys, Tendo and Skunk?
So for me, I use about, I'd say 5 different programs for one video. It depends what it is. 10-minute video, it would probably take about 5 to 6 weeks. It's really dependent on what it is I'm editing.
Damn.
But the thing is, I've only been editing for 2 years properly, and that all boiled down to, because I always have this thing where like I'm very like competitive, like naturally. Like, it was the same thing with Tekken. I remember when I was learning Tekken, I had like a very rough introduction, but I remember I was learning Tekken on the PS4. And I was playing with like this elitist like Kazuya player, and he just like whooped my ass. Like, this is like green ranks, warrior ranks. And he literally told me, drop Jin, you don't have the execution for it. Just play like Shaheen or something. I'm now TGP with Jin.
Code.
So it's really like you just have to like honestly like put your foot there, because a lot of these people saying like, you know, like, oh, like I'm putting in the work. Like, you spend more time telling yourself what you can't do than actually doing it, and that's the reason why you're not getting anywhere with anything, kind of thing.
Go on.
For myself,
All right, there was so perfect to what the King J said on Twitter, as in people not working hard enough. Because I'm sure a lot of people hearing that you spent 5 to 6 weeks on a 10-minute video will think to themselves, I've never done that in my life. You know what I mean? But then legit, when you see the content itself, it's undeniable. It's gonna get views.
It's funny because the whole reason I even started doing content was actually because of Tendo. Because what happened was I was shit posting on Twitter, like just like small memes, and Tendo saw it, and he just told me I need to start making content. And I was having thoughts like, do I really want to get into this? Like, because honestly, like, being a content creator can do so much to your mental, because like you post a video, like you work so long on a video and you think to yourself, is this even gonna do views? Like I've spent so long on it, like, and then you post it and let's say it doesn't, and then obviously that will just bring your motivation all the way down. And I used to think like that when I started doing content, but what it later transitioned into was I was looking at the videos that weren't doing that well, and I stopped seeing it as, oh, like I'm falling off, like I'm just like it's not working out. I stopped seeing it as that and started seeing it as, okay, this is what I should be doing. This is the reason this video is operating like this. Like this is what I need to be doing. So honestly, I see it as like sort of like lessons kind of thing.
Nah, definitely. That's the best way to see it.
No, definitely.
If I can just add, people keep bringing up King J's tweet about working hard. There's no set definition of working hard, right? Everybody thinks, everybody just, whether we agree or disagree, there's no set way of working hard. There's no set solution, right? Because everything's trial and error. When I was playing Tekken, I'll use this as an example, because sometimes it's the little things, right? People say working hard and they want to look at the extremes, but are we doing the little things right? Right? So when I was playing Tekken and I was streaming, I started to see growth. People used to come in my chat and say, yo, you're the only person that plays Steve, so this is how I found you, and this is why I'm still here, right? So the little things like that. Now, when you get 5-10 people that are there for the same reason, you want to kind of cater to them a little bit and make your stream just a little bit about that, so you attract people for that reason if that's what's already working. Again, when I said before, abuse what's working, right? If it hasn't fallen off yet, right? If in fighting game terms, if they haven't blocked it, why keep doing it? Abuse it, right? Abuse what works. So I would literally put in my title, Steve player, whatever the case is, but now people see that I'm playing Steve instead of hoping that they see it on the picture before they click on it. That's what I'm saying is doing the little things to help increase what's already helped your view, like growth in your audience. And then let's say, for instance, somebody has a random question like, yo, how do you optimize this? That could be a YouTube clip right there, like a YouTube video, just that little thing that helped for like another viewer, right? So you're not working so extreme on a YouTube video when, you let your stream do the work for you. You let your viewers do the work for you, basically, right? So you're not there with the, working what you consider hard when you could use something that you're already doing as a video per se, right? You always want to combine, like if you're already streaming, you're making clips in your stream, you can let that be your YouTube video instead of, trying to be so extreme with what you consider working hard when you streaming for the viewers is already the work there.
Literally. You know what? I have many things to say. Listen to everyone's stuff. I have everything to say. I agree the most with everyone here. There isn't many things I disagree on, but in this whole time I was writing down a lot of things. So, man, you're here for the masterclass on the solution, Jay, in my opinion. So, number one, right? As Lee said before, hard work doesn't always mean the same thing of consistency or output or like, what's the word? Like grinding the same thing over and over and over again. A lot of times it's work harder, work smarter, not harder. Do you know what I'm saying?
I agree.
And working smart, as we've said and as we've recognized, is analyzing, what's working right now. If it's not broken, don't fix it. If if he hasn't blocked it, don't stop doing the move type shit. Do you know what I mean? So it's really one of these ones whereby if there's something that's trending right now, try sink your teeth into it. As you seen, a trailer dropped, Skunk uploaded a video, it popped off. I remember it got bare, and that was like one of his first videos to pop up hard on YouTube. Do you know what I'm saying? Tekken 8 news, anything, a lot of these people that upload, whether like they're, for example, leakers or whatever, if anything Tekken 8 is uploaded, the first person that gets it always gets hella views, gets hella interactions, always.
Before you start, before you can finish, I can definitely vouch for that, because one of the times when I didn't do Assassina early, I didn't get that much views, but when I done Leroy straight away, I got hella views. So
I remember that. I actually took notice of that. Yeah, I was like, oh, why did you take 2 days to post this one?
I wasn't in the country at the time. Yeah.
K-Wiz, if you look at K-Wiz, this guy's been making content for years, and I'm not saying this to out him, so nobody misquote this, but he's been making content for years. Yeah, if you look at one of his most viewed videos, I don't know if it's his most, but it's the Hwoarang Tekken 8 reveal trailer. Literally that. Noticing what is popping off right now helps. Do you know what I mean? In any way, shape, or form. I remember I streamed what was it? One of the announcements for Tekken 8 within the last year on YouTube, and I had no joke like 2,000 viewers at once. Who the hell in the FGC, like not in a routine, but the FGC we know is a niche, is a small thing. 2,000 viewers is nuts. Do you know what I'm saying? So with my own experience, like there's many things that contribute towards like all of the points that were being said before. So external factors, so what's going on right now, the algorithm, luck is key. I remember Babe Ruthless was talking about luck, and Peach was talking about, for example, the people that watch your content that aren't really into the game, for example, or don't know, like if Peach has just joined Tekken, if I ask Peach right now, yeah, give me like a max damage Matterhorn combo right now, she won't have a clue of what I'm talking about. If I went to my boys, me and my boys, we play Mortal Kombat 1, yeah. If I went to him and said, yo, give me a max damage Scorpion combo, you'll give me like, for the man that play Scorpion, like 300. That is not max damage, we all know that. But no, we don't care. We have fun. You know what I'm saying? That's the most important part, have fun. Like, I've been one of these people where I don't really care about the whole, like, I may be great, like good at the game of Tekken, but the elitist thing is not it, because there's plenty of people that are amazing at the game, yeah, but aren't really entertaining. Whereby if you're just entertaining, no matter what skill level you're at, it will be good. Like me, what's it called? I made all these meme videos at low ranks. I was a green rank making trolling videos that were getting hella views on YouTube, and it was hard to manage that, because I was like, what? I was 15, 16, and I was in school doing like my GCSEs, or like, I don't know, for the Americans, I think that's like what, like 12th grade or some shit like that, 9th grade or whatever. But time management is hard to answer the question. I know I'm going off bare topics, but I'm trying to like answer everything in like a long way. But was it Cog Billy was saying how long does it take to edit a video? It can take however long. Skunk said 5 to 6 weeks. I made a video during lockdown, so I had the benefit of time, which was Lars's Last Dance, and everyone tells me, oh, that's your best video or whatever. That video took me a long time. I can't even tell you how long. It took a very, very long time, and as we all know, Sony Vegas crashes all the time. Premiere Pro crashes all the time if your PC's not live like that. So
the CJ smiling.
You see what I'm saying? Shit is just annoying, tedious. It takes a while, yeah. But like
Final Cut, bro.
You know what it is? We'll talk about that later. We'll talk about the editing stuff later. But to the main point, with that, I was able to work on quality like a lot. I know the notes are really jumbled up, so I'm going off like memory and what people were saying. But to go back to Peach's point, for example, like the people that don't watch the game per se are, like, in my opinion, one of the most important aspects of your audience.
1,000.
Because there's many people, like, if you look at, like, there was a stat that was dropped that was said, like, if you're like above Tekken God, you're already in like this top 0.000 sign. Yeah, I'm saying some ridiculous stat like that. Do you think like all your followers and subscribers are gonna be in that? There's gonna be in people that are in the vast majority, which are in the lower ranks, and they don't care about these mad setups and mad strings. They just want to watch the game and have fun. Me, every time I've like wanted to watch a Tekken video for entertainment, unless it was the time where I was really banging out Tekken every single day, where I'd eat a meal and watch a combo video. Like, generally, the average person doesn't do that. They want to watch something fun when they're eating in their spare time, or if they want to show their boys something, or if they want to put something on TV, they want to watch something fun and engaging. Just the whole stuff of like, I've only uploaded maybe 1 or 2 very serious guides, and I've never uploaded a combo video ever in all my years of making content creator. So it's like, it's one of these ones where thinking outside the box, back to Skunk's point, is very, very key. Edits, making people laugh, entertaining people, I think that's really, if you want to do the whole like combo stuff and an amazing player stuff, that's great, and you do. But from my experience, I think entertainment is the most important part. To also bounce back, because I was thinking about this, right? I think Babe Ruthless was talking about the fact that she was making like proper analysis and like and it's different to what we make, because she doesn't make, like, I'm assuming she doesn't make tutorials, she doesn't make guides, she doesn't make like satire, doesn't make meme videos, doesn't make combo videos, doesn't really like do the whole gameplay thing. It's her thing. That also works a lot, because me, right, I love this year. I got into God of War. Like everybody that knows me knows that I love God of War, right? But there is no. I watch combo videos of God of War, but if I'm sitting down and trying to chill, there's so many analysis videos, story analysis, Greek mythology, how it ties into God of War. That avenue is so strong with games. So like, there's always a way really to make content. I think ultimately what I'm trying to say is you have to find what works for you and stick to it. I'm not a Mishima player. I'm not a Jin player. I don't do taunt.
Whoa.
I'm not. I don't do taunt back like jet uppers and that. I don't pride myself on all my ranks. Do you know what I'm saying? But I've made a name for myself through like entertainment, branding as well. Branding is very key. Do you know what I'm saying? Like literally when we first joined the video call, I'm seeing Hellerman in the chat saying XI everywhere. And even though XI was just something for me that was like, oh, like I like the number 11. I'm born in November, whatever. Something as simple as XI now. Like people can just, they don't have to say man like Tim. Everyone's saying XI code. I love that. People find ways like to make things work for themselves. So like another good point is one of my signature things in my videos, I would use like Drake, trap music, Future, LeBron, Travis, because that was the media I was consuming, like that kind of like Hoodville meme stuff. I'd combine that with Tekken. And even though it feels like at the time no one was doing that, everyone was just doing tutorials and all that, there is a group of people that will see that, appreciate that and like that. Because if I can like it, everyone else can like it. Do you know what I mean? So having that faith in what you do and what you like, no matter what it is, whether it's memes, whether it's analysis, it can work. Being consistent as well. Hella times I've spent so long on a video, dropped it, doesn't get views, I'm burning, I'm upset. I'm like, I don't want to do that again because I've spent so long, multiple weeks, and I did best thumbnail I can do, best editing, best video structure, everything we mentioned before, and it didn't mash. Fuck it. You gotta do it again at some point, or see what didn't work and do it better. And
before you get too far off that point you just made, I just want to ask.
Go on.
Using that music you use, were you able to get past copyright with it?
Yeah. I was talking about this with Skunk, I think yesterday actually. There's ways to get past it. There's actually ways to get past it.
What are the ways?
What's the tech?
So let's say for example, right? A lot of times instrumentals work. Instrumentals are really good. Instrumentals and then bringing in like the chorus at the right part is really good.
Remixes
are good. A lot of times, go into the YouTube video of the song that you want to use, right? And look in the description. If you see the song in the description, that means you're gonna get hit with the copyright claim, but not strike. So you have the video up, but you won't be striked. But
no monetization.
No monetization. But then again, sometimes if the video is really worth it, sometimes question yourself like, okay, cool. Minus the monetization I get from this video, do I still want it out? Like I made a video one time that was like, I put Quavo of like the vocals for Bad and Bougie over the Tekken Tag 2 main intro soundtrack. And obviously that's copyright C. But I said, fuck it, bro. Like my fans have been asking me for it. They want to see it. I'm down. I'll do it regardless. I'll firm whatever hit I can take. Because it's not really that deep anyways. I'll upload a video later. I'll make up for it. It's calm.
I just want to intervene very, very quickly.
Go on. I know I'm talking bears, bro. Go on.
Yeah, no, I want to get a few other people talking, but I just wanted to intervene and say you can change the speed of the audio to change it. So you can change it to like, I don't know. So like if it's like a normal speed, you can change it to be a tad bit faster, but it still sounds the same. That also beats you getting copyrighted. So I just wanted to let you lot know that.
Is what is, you can do that still.
One thing I wanted to touch on that Tendo was talking about is like, because even I remember I was streaming once and someone came into my stream and literally said, yo, I can't lie, the way you're Zen canceling on Jin, I'd pay for a video of just you explaining that. And in my head I thought, that's nice and I appreciate you said that, but I'm never gonna do that. Because I just feel like, honestly, like I got love for the FGC. Like I grew up with fighting games, like Tekken 5, like I was playing that as a kid. But now with the content creation thing, I only want to focus on the casual audience. Obviously, my content will still appeal to people that play the games, but literally, I want to get it to a point where it's like, I'm making content that's appealing to so many people that don't play fighting games, and it's slowly turning into a thing where they're getting to know me more as like a brand kind of thing. And I feel like that's honestly the key, because honestly, I know most of you don't want to just be, you know, streaming Tekken ranked on Twitch, because that's just jarring. Like, I literally want to get it to a level where, like, take someone like Aris, for example. Everybody knows Aris in the FGC. Aris can go on Twitch and stream fucking, I don't know, Jump King, and it will still rake in views. And they're coming there not because, oh, it's that, you know, it's that guy that, you know, it's that guy in the FGC. They're coming there because it's Aris. Like, the long-term goal for me, and I feel like it should be the goal for everyone here, is literally to become, like, for it to get to a point where you're literally in that, like, Kai Cenat bag, where you can literally, because you spend so much time grinding and building your brand from whatever it is, whether it was the FGC, whether it was 2K, whether it was COD, you spend so much time building your brand, people now know you. Now you can just stream anything. Now you can just do whatever you want, kind of thing. And it's all because, you know, appealing to people outside of your circle, which is the FGC. And that's not taking away from, you know, people that make the content where it's like combo videos or like frame traps or like catering more towards, you know, the FGC, because that takes work. And I know that takes work. Like, it takes a lot of work, but that's just my thoughts of it. I feel like making your brand into something bigger than what you started it from is the goal.
All right, cool. One thing I'll say before I'm going to pass it to Babe Ruthless, because I feel like she hasn't said anything for a while. I want to give her some mic time. Is you have to set up who you are as a person before you can even start getting into that stage where it's like, I can play what I want. Right? It's, if you look at like examples, Eris is one of them that's been in the chat. Eris can literally turn on his camera and just be eating pizza if he ever does, and everyone will just be watching him. Like, he can do whatever he wants to do, and he's all good. And there's other people that can do stuff like that too, but it's a very small few, because everyone's kind of set themselves up in this kind of like one little bracket where they only play one fighting game, and they think, oh yeah, they're here for us, let's just keep repeating. It's one of the reasons why I've never really stuck to Tekken, because I don't really want to be stuck in that Tekken bracket where it's like, oh, I want to play Street Fighter, but I can't play it because they don't really mess with it. Like, I play Street Fighter regardless. I'll play Mortal Kombat regardless, depending on whatever game. Like, I played Dead or Alive at some stage, and it's been absolutely okay. Like, do you get what I'm saying? You have to set it up so that you can just play whatever you want, so then that way you can feel happy. But again, that comes with hard work. But yeah, Babe Ruthless, let me hear what you're saying.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I feel like Tendo, Skunk, they've covered it really well already. I think the number one thing, just to me personally, is just to focus on creating good content, make sure it's interesting, make sure that people are entertained by it, you know, whether it's like, you know, people admire your expertise in doing all these combo videos, or you're streaming on Twitch. Just make sure it's something that people want to come there to watch. And, you know, if you're going to put out a bunch of videos, just make sure that they're quality when you do put them out, and they're not just something you throw out there just to have out there. But yeah, I mean, I think it's already been really said. You know, as a YouTuber, our job is to kind of create content to entertain, and if it's not entertaining, then what's really the point in having the channel? And if you're not enjoying it, what's the point in having the channel? So that's all I have to say on that.
Okay, cool. I don't know, man. I don't know where to go with this conversation. It sounds like everyone's kind of got their, you know, thoughts on how we can move forward. Do you believe collabs are everything? Do you believe that collabs are lacking? Can I get a show of hands of people that think collabs are lacking? I'll put my hand up to that one.
Hands up.
Vaganti is the only one that doesn't think
collabs in the FGC. Or...
Yeah. If you're the only one that doesn't have your hand up, which is fine. You don't have to be peer pressured.
Yeah. I'm just thinking about it. I don't think collabs are lacking. Okay, I have something to say about that.
Okay, go ahead.
So,
take me for example.
Mhm.
Right now, I have some nice videos on the channel, but if I was to go up to you, King J, right now, or and say, hey, King J, I would like to collab with you on a video,
Okay.
right? I don't think I have the accolades to approach you and ask you for a collab, if that makes sense. Because
Why?
because I believe if I was to approach a bigger YouTuber, right, not just you, for example, any YouTuber at all, and I was to say, hey, can we collab? It was like you taking a look at our, like you taking a look at our channels to decide who is like actually trying to do something and who isn't. Because I would say for when somebody approaches you and asks you for a collab, it's two things that are going to happen. Either you're going to say, sure, let's do it because you think it would be fun. And that is very rare because you wouldn't know the person, you wouldn't know what they do, you wouldn't know how they are, you wouldn't know how to associate with them. You would learn all of that on the bat. And the second thing that's going to happen is that you're going to look at that and you're going to take a look at what they you're going to try and take a look at what they do, and then you're going to see that, oh, these people actually put in work, or this guy is actually putting in some level of effort, some level of work. And then you take a look at his backlog and you see like, okay, this is somebody that I can associate with, this is somebody that I can make a collab with. It's not necessarily that you have to see that there's something for you to gain, but it is about like it's about me walking. I remember it was about how long ago? Oh, you have something to say?
I just wanted to say something. So, like, I was listening to your point, and I disagree strongly, because if you ask me to collab, I would say, okay, what is the idea? You're collabing on the stream now. I didn't know who you was before. I didn't know who Babe Ruthless was before. Like, you lot are here. There didn't need to be an idea. We just came together because I wanted to have a conversation. This is how collabs happen naturally. If you said to me, all right, cool, let's collab together. Okay, what is the idea? I want to bring up something just for everyone in the stream and even here to know. Me and Tendo, we went to go see like AMP. AMP are way bigger than me, way bigger than Tendo. But we went there. We went to go see them, and now like they didn't have to say anything to us, but they did. On top of that, now I've got Agent from AMP wearing my hat in his stream and in a video with AMP and Beta Squad, which is on 5.9 million views. The hat is not even released yet. It's meant to be out on the 18th, but he's been able to do that. Now, you saying, oh yeah, why would they? It's kind of like what you're saying is, why would they mess with me because they're a bigger channel? You got to get out of that mindset. That mindset is suppressing you from growing, bro. It doesn't matter where you are in terms of your subscription. As long as you come with a great idea and they're happy to do it, cool. If they ain't, it's on to the next, on to the next, on to the next. We have to stop thinking about this as, we need to stop being sensitive and emotional about these type of things when it comes to our channels. Because sometimes you'll be like, oh yeah, I've only got 7,000 subscribers, so why is this person going to work with me? Or I only have 60,000 subscribers, so why is someone of 1 million going to give me a shout out? Or whatever you're asking for. Gotta stop thinking like that. You gotta try. Once you've sent that message, if there's no response, you move on. It's on to the next, on to the next, on to the next. This is how I've been working for many years, and this is how when people are asking me, how did that happen? How does King J get this? Or how it's because I sent a message. I shoot my shot. And it worked because I know how to say things, and I know how to network. I know how to go out to these events and talk to the right people, But,
okay, so
yeah,
I agree heavily with what you're saying, but it's you've sort of said a part of what I said and what you said. That if you don't, I'm not necessarily saying it to bring up the point that like you can't approach someone, but it's more along the lines of if you approach someone, it's not necessarily about there having to be a reason for them to collab with you, but you should already know that if you're approaching somebody who's obviously spending different, like they take a lot of time out of their day to do what they do. After all, YouTube is their job. YouTube is what they do. So it's not about I had to find a good opportunity at a point in time when Tendo was growing, go to him and said, "I'm gonna make these things for you for free," and that's my networking with Tendo. Through him, I met people like Skunk. Through him, I met people like the Last Amigo. If I don't think anybody here knows him, but that's how it is. But there was I couldn't have possibly like just thrown hands in the air to like every single content creator and then expected something, unless of course there was someone
Hey,
with a similar-
Vaganti, I don't mean to interrupt you. Sorry, Shindoom obviously is going. He needs to go and have his food. Obviously, I just want everyone to say bye to him so that he's
Peace, everyone. Have a good one.
take it easy,
Have a good
man.
one.
Thanks, King J.
No worries. Appreciate you, man. All right, take it easy.
See you, Shin.
Later.
All right, Vaganti.
Later.
Sorry to interrupt you again. I knew he was itching to say bye, and I don't want his food to go cold. So yeah, no.
Understandable.
Yeah, back to you, bro. Back to you.
So I am saying that like you should understand that there should be some level of competence in regards to your accolades, like what you are doing and how you are willing to go, because I believe it's genuinely a reflection of what exactly you are doing in closed doors before you're approaching people with the sense of collabing with them. It's for example why I know Tendo, but I haven't called him out and said, "Hey Tendo, can we collab on something?" But the truth is, yes, there is going to be an opportunity for me to ask him. So that network has been built, but now I have to put in the work and deliver.
Best. All right.
I was gonna say-
Let's
Go on,
Peach. Let's go, Peach.
Go ahead.
Two things. First things first. I don't disagree with what you've said, but I also think it's a thing of sometimes people say no, but it's also for now. And if you yourself know that okay, cool, you may not have anything to offer that exchange, I don't really agree with that mindset anyway. But then maybe bake for now, keep doing what you're doing, and then say, hey, I've
Exactly.
done something similar. Come and
Yeah.
do this, but that doesn't mean that you're never going to be able to collab with a person. Also,
Yes.
why are we only collaborating vertically? What about the people on the same number of followers as you, same number of subscribers, both of you are interested in both of you? If you've got 1K followers, they've got 1K followers. If you go and sit on their channel now, is that not 2K followers that you've exposed yourself to?
Yes.
There you go.
Yes.
Do you know what
I
I'm
did
saying?
say that. Yeah, I did say that in terms of somebody who's similar with your channel as well. You're willing to do certain things with other people that are within that same circle, within that same level of interest to some degree. Yeah,
And why
I
would
agree
you-
with that.
I'm assuming that you're saying that you don't think there's enough of that in the community, or do you think there's already like a surplus?
So in terms of collabs, I'm definitely seeing collabs, but
That's
not
not a collab, no?
not. Pardon? Yeah, this is a
That's not a
collab right
collab,
now,
no?
for example. Yeah, it's still a collab, but what I'm saying here is like, so what the reason why I'm bringing this up is because King J asked if I believe that there is many collabs. I believe there's many collabs of people who are big, but I don't believe so for smaller creators. And if you're and that's what I'm getting at. It's like, so if the question is actually talking about vertical collabs, that's when I'm like, okay, you have to have that. You know, you should be thinking about it. You know, you don't have to put yourself in a box where you're like, okay, because of this, I'm not going to collab at all. Like you said, if you don't believe that you have it for now, you can keep that in the oven, bake it a little bit more, and then deliver it when it's ready.
Yo, I might be a bit old, yeah, but what is a vertical collab? What does that mean?
So
A
when I
vertical
say
collab is-
vertical, go on.
God.
No, you speak.
A vertical collab is basically when someone smaller goes upwards to someone bigger vertically.
And then is horizontal when you lot are
Horizontal
same.
sideways, yeah.
Damn. Damn. I don't know that in this stuff. That's pretty sick.
It's the real thing.
No,
But
but
wouldn't
you argue it's the same in every field? Sorry, I just want to say that very quickly. Please go ahead.
Yeah.
Would I
I would
argue
say
it's the
I'll play
same?
devil's advocate here, just because. Oh, sorry. Yeah, just because with what you're saying with the whole vertical collabing thing, I can use for me, for example, when I look at other people that have the same amount of subscribers as me, the quality of their videos, it doesn't make sense to collaborate. But at the same time, when I look at bigger channels, it wouldn't make sense for them to collaborate with me, but they don't gain anything. You know what I mean?
Can't
They're
look
not
at
gaining
it
anything.
like that.
I do it like that.
Can't look
You know
at
what?
it
You know
like
what?
that.
You know what? I will say, yeah. Firstly, in terms of like shooting your show and asking, yeah, a lot of people are much nicer than you think, innit? And you never know. It like you miss all the shots you don't take. Number one. Number
Yes.
2, like, I played with, for the guys that know, I played with Dave this year. Dave had no reason to be like, Santan Dave the rapper had no reason. This guy has millions of streams and views and follows on everything. Arguably biggest rapper in the UK.
Hangs out with Drake.
He literally hangs out with Drake on a regular. Has a song with Drake at the age of 18. Why the hell would he collab with someone like, not to downplay my thing in it, but not numerically it doesn't make sense. It's a vertical collab for me. I still shot the shot and I made it. So even this guy called like Large Nuts here, he started streaming literally last year. At the beginning of his streams, he DM'd me saying, yo, I've got a stream idea. I would like to have you on board. I said, yeah, cool. And he posted on Instagram, he did the dual post thing where it's on both our pages officially. It doesn't make sense for me because I don't gain anything on paper. But some people are just nice. Not to say that I'm the nicest person on earth, right? But at the same time, like, bro, you never know. I would still shoot that shot regardless. And to
I agree in it.
Go on.
Agree.
Go on.
I agreed, but I wouldn't even be here if that wasn't the case. You know what I mean? Like,
That's
the
what
first
I'm
time,
saying.
I don't know if King J even remembers. I played like a Brian reaction trailer a few months ago, and then he commented on it. I'm thinking, I had like, at the time maybe 700 subscribers. I'm thinking,
Bro, you
why
see what
is
I'm saying,
King J
chat?
you-
Chat, I just want to let you lot. I just want to let you lot know that, bro, I'm not one of those people because you just see numbers. That, bro, that's like, bro, I comment on everyone's channel, big, small, whatever. Like, if I see something and it's sick, I'm gonna comment. I consume YouTube content, and it's just crazy. Like, this is like, bro, even that in itself is crazy. Like, do you know what I'm saying? But yeah, now continue.
It's one of them was like, even like, not even say it in this manner, yeah, but technically even Skunk saying, yo, like, here's my video, because we were on stream when it happened, yeah, he said in the chat, like, yo, here's one of my videos. Technically that's vertical. And me putting one of the videos on stream and reacting to it or whatever and saying, yeah, no, do something with that, it's technically vertical. Do you know what I'm saying? And obviously through that a network is built. And then through that we've worked on each other's like countless times I've been like, yo, would you mind helping me do this, or do you want to be in a video or whatever. It's just it's very, very simple to do for me. Like, a lot of times, like, a lot of people are shook to collab, but at the same time it's just like, bro, you don't lose anything. It's fun to make videos with people. Like, I've been making videos with like my boys. I started off making Tekken videos with my boys when I was 14, and not to use it in that definition, but it's still technically a collab. I said, yo, I'm making a video, do you want to be in it? So you take that same nature and apply it to like people within the community, whether it's vertical, whether it's horizontal, whatever the case may be. Can't lie, you as a creator, you can't be scared to collab at all, no matter who he is. There's a guy, I don't know his name, but Mandem Dying from the UK know him. He like calls like rappers and actors, like he must have called Chunks and was just making bare like jokes, prank calling him.
Yeah.
You know, do you know what I'm talking about? Like the Turkish-ish looking don.
Yeah.
Like young boy, brother. Like it makes no sense for him to be calling Chunks. Like, he's small and Chunks is big. He still did it. You have to be fearless. IQ.
Yeah, nah, I hear it, man. It's
To that point. Oh, sorry, Jay, go on.
Nah, I was just gonna say, like, I just want to make sure everyone is, did you wanted to say anything? Oh, sorry, Babe Rufus, you want to say something?
Yeah, I just wanted to say, kind of clarify on my statement from earlier.
Okay.
So I think, so we need more collabs, but what I think we need is more good collabs. Like, it has to be purposeful. It has to be intentional. Like, with the rapper guy, I mean, the reason, and the kid that was calling up the celebrities, the reason he was able to do that is because he was being very intentional about creating the content, where like he wanted to kind of like collab with his content in order to, you know, make some more for his own channel. But personally, I don't think the spray and pray approach really works for me. Like, you also don't want to overwhelm your followers with like, hey, I'm doing this with this person and this with this person. You want to be very, in my opinion, like, you want to be very intentional with who exactly you're collabing with. Think about like the value that you're bringing to that collaboration, and then, you know, that's really where it makes sense to do that. But if you can't, if you're just shooting into people's inboxes, then like, what's the point?
No, I would sorry, I just want to briefly say this in it. I would say, to that point, obviously intention is key. Like, quality stuff over quantity every single time. Like, don't spam people's inboxes. And with, I don't know, this is just, I don't really watch, like, I haven't seen your content per se, but I will check out. But there's a guy called what's his name? he makes Naruto like power scaling videos, right? And he's obviously really big. And those kind of videos, you don't really need collaborations, right? They're more so analysis of story, powers, whatever. You don't really need collabs. But occasionally, like I watched a video, it was like Gojo versus the entire Akatsuki, who would win. And he had one other person with him just to discuss like elements from the different shows. So if it makes sense in the field and the videos you're making, I would say definitely go for it. But again, purposeful. If it makes sense, if it works for you, don't just randomly do things. So I have to say about that.
And I think that's where horizontal collabs become key, because you will find that when you network within your space, you'll find people who are doing similar stuff to you, have a similar audience, have a similar vibe. If they like the person who is your mate in the scene stuff, they're gonna like your stuff as well. And it's like, okay, you're not going to get as many views as you would in a vertical collab, but you will gain a loyal follower, even if it's just one or two, who's going to mess with your stuff because you guys are in the scene doing the same thing. And I think it's the horizontal collabs that I think people really love and they key into, and they're just like, oh, okay, cool. And I think with the content that we have, everything we post is only a moment in our journey. We all intend to do this for the long term. We all intend to grow and do better quality videos and do better quality things. At some point, we will be the people that people want to collaborate with vertically. And it would be nice to go back to their channel and be like, oh, back in the day, these two big screamers did a collab. This is really cool. Let me check it out. And it's about thinking about things in the long term, not just how can I blow up my channel right now. Do you know what I mean?
Do you know what a sick idea is? Was it Babe Ruthless? Yeah, an idea that I had, that I thought was sick, yeah. Cause I had to look at your channel quickly, and you were talking about fighting game art, yeah. I don't know if you'll be down for this. This is kind of like me asking you live. I'm giving a bit of a proposal right now, yeah.
Okay.
So like, what if we done like a little, like, I don't know, you choose 3 of your best box art for fighting games, and I chose 3 of my box art for fighting games, and then we kind of like done a clash where it's like, oh, okay, well, these are the best ones for me, these are the reasons why I chose it, you said the ones that you said, and then we say, all right, cool, let the viewers decide, and then the viewers can say whose team or who they think had the better choice. I think that would be sick.
I mean, that's amazing collaboration. I'm down.
We'll talk about it afterwards, but yeah, let's all right, so the solution is, all right, so from what everyone is saying, the solution is more collaborations. Can we agree to that?
Yeah.
Yes, I can agree. Yeah.
The second one, I think, obviously, again, it's not work hard anymore. With what I said, it's work smarter.
Yeah.
Right? Can we all agree to that?
Yep.
Yes.
Cool. And then number 3, we didn't really talk about this. Number 3 is start to talk more, man. Damn, it don't seem like anyone really talks. Like, what the hell?
What do you mean talk more?
I mean, like, all right, cool. So, from what I realized from the tweet to this is, like, we've spoken a lot about, like, you know, what we've done and stuff like that. Again, like, you know, we're finding out a lot more about, like, the content creation side of things. But not only that, it's like the reach out of talking is so easy, right? Like, I've done over the last 2 days from that tweet, I've reached out to people I don't even know and said, oh, you feel wrong about this? All right, cool. Come into, let's have a talk. Like, this is what grown-ups do, you know? If something is wrong and you feel like something is not the right way, you have a discussion. But right now, what I'm seeing on Twitter is loads of different things. Like, it's actually crazy what I'm seeing right now, and it's cool. It's all for their right reasons, which is cool. But talking and reaching out is so key. Like, it's just so easy. Like, I know, like, I'm hearing stuff from, you know, some of you that where you're like, oh yeah, but why would this person want to mess with me if I'm doing this? Or like, just reach out. It's that simple. Like, the worst you will probably hear is not even a response. Whoop-de-doo. Like, you're scared of not hearing a response. You go on to the next person and the next person. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep going. Keep pushing. You know, what did that guy say from Attack on Titan? Keep moving forward. Was that what Eren said? He
You're
said keep
free.
moving. Yeah.
You are all
Is that-
free.
You already know.
Is that what he's? Is that what he said? Did he not say keep moving forward? Is that what not he said in the
Keep
thing?
moving forward. I mean, his reason. I feel like that's a very mad comparison.
No,
because-
no, I'm getting this last year. I don't give a damn, bro. When I saw him say that, I said that was gangster. I'm gonna keep using it. I'm keep moving forward. I promise you, I'm gonna keep moving forward. Anytime I feel
Keep
down,
moving forward,
I
yes.
think about him. I'm like, yo, he said keep moving forward. I can't be down.
Keep moving forward.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, nah. I think we just
We
need
in the
to.
past on that.
I need
But
it.
wait,
I need it. But I just think we need to keep
to-
talking. Huh?
To ground it a little bit more though, just to make sure that people are not. I agree with what Peach said. You know, let's not. And what Ruth has also said as well. Let's not just crazy.
That's
Keep
my
moving
guy
forward.
right there. That's my guy. That is my guy. Right there. Look at him.
I was
Have a go
saying-
on, Vaganta.
Sorry.
I would say don't like you should keep in mind that it should be very intentional. You know
sure.
what King J is saying is really good, but just so that everybody's on the same level here, like don't just rapid fire. If you
Yeah.
need to cook a little bit more, go ahead and cook a little bit more before you extend your reach. Like I actually wanted to send a video an email to King J about 4 weeks ago. It was when he released the video of him talking with the Twitch representative. I wanted to send an email, but I said I haven't touched my channel in 2 months. I need to relax, prep myself, and then send an email. So if you need to cook as well. But I saw the tweet and I was like, never mind, he's welcoming me. I should actually try and do something now.
You know what? You're
So,
right.
like-
You're right. If you never had I'll be completely honest. If you never had a video in the last 2 months, I wouldn't take it serious. And that's me being honest, because I get a lot, like, not to sound like that person, but I get a lot of requests to do collabs. And I look at channels and be like, okay, this person's done a video recently. Okay, they're pretty active. Okay, it aligns with what I'm doing. We can work, right? But if you ain't done something 2 months, 4 months, a year, it just doesn't make any sense to me. Like, I
Yeah.
can only be honest and transparent.
Also,
But
I wanna say as well, because I know we've kind of decided that working smarter is better than working harder.
yeah,
But you can't downplay working hard, guys, because honestly, if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. If you had been uploading since, regardless, you can email anyone anytime you want because you're ready at any time.
Exactly,
You know what I mean?
exactly.
Like-
That is true. That is true.
true.
That is true. But remember, circumstances actually change how hard you can work at different points in time.
That's very true as well.
So all right, cool. Okay, so
And this is why we back to create content.
cool. So this is why it's work hard and work smart. We could add them together. Work hard, but work smart. You don't have to be rapid firing with reactions, this, that, and the other, and not working smart about it. You know, even like work smart comes down to like, you know, making sure notifications are on your phone for like, you know, the latest trailers. Say for example, Tekken 8 is coming out. Make sure your notifications set on YouTube on your phone for Bandai Namco America or Bandai Namco Europe. And then make sure that the tweet is set for Tekken. Do you see what I'm saying? Like,
Yes.
just those things, man. It's crazy. Like,
Tendo actually said the same thing 2 years ago. Tendo gave me the exact same advice. Batch create your content, and then when you're busier, start releasing it maybe twice a week, 3 times a week. Tendo gave me the exact same advice 2 years ago.
yeah, it's about it's just about working hard and working smart. Again, last thing, talking to each other. I think that is just key. Again, from this one tweet, I did not know there's so many people making fighting game content. This is I'm actually, even if they're saying anything bad about me, I'm super happy because I now know you lot exist. There's a whole world of fighting game content creators. It's just about now, like, I don't know what to do with all of them, man. There's so many people that do content, and it's great. Like, but I do think when I look at their channels and stuff, again, like I said, I see 2 months, 4 months. I see like maybe 5 videos in the year. That's what my comment was aimed towards. You're not working hard enough if there's only 5 videos for the year. Like, there needs to be more going on. I can't like take that. If someone approached me and said, "Oh yeah, let's work 5 videos in a year," I don't know. Babe Ruthless.
But what about the content creators? Like, I'm pretty good friends with a content creator named Thorgy's Arcade. I mean, he puts out like 2-hour retrospectives, like once, maybe every couple of months, right? So obviously he's a good content creator. He's very successful. He has a lot of subscribers. I mean, like, where does that fall in the collaboration space? Like, is he worthwhile to collaborate with? Just because it's been 4 months?
It's funny you asked me that. He's already collaborated with me. He done.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so he was on a podcast with me, That Blasted Salami, and Rufamonga, and that was talking about the FGC yet again. Again, it came from me saying a tweet, and yeah, we just decided to talk. Maybe I won't talk about the FGC anymore because it just causes this whole.
Nah, do it again.
I am basically Aaron right now. I'm just causing a complete ruckus. Do you know what I'm saying? I need to stop that.
I think you're more like Owen, bro.
Owen, it's Owen, you know. Yeah, but yeah, nah, his content. Like, let me have a look at it now. Let me bring it up because this is it's very true with what you're saying. His content. He puts a lot of time into his content.
It's amazing. Highly recommend you guys check it out.
You know
What's
what
that name again?
He's, for let me post it in the chat. His content's really good, man. Like really, really good. I even like his banner. His banner's really sick as well. So
I say in the times where, like, for example, I'll use myself and Skunk as an example, right? So obviously the edit videos, as we know, take long to make. That's established, right? So obviously you can't pump those out daily. Hard to do weekly.
Yeah.
Some people try to do monthly, but it does get difficult, right? So in the time where that's not the case, I think this is where your other platforms come into play. Do you know what I'm saying?
Social
your
media.
streaming comes into play. Your TikToks come into play. Your Twitter comes into play. And those things are very, 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 very key. So you could like not upload for 2 weeks or a month, but your like real fans, your core fan base and audience, like me, I pride myself a lot in my Discord server. I'm there, like literally every morning we say good morning. Every single morning, and we talk every single day.
Amen.
Like it's so active in there. So it's just one of these ones where it's like
We're back Wednesdays.
He's an OG, he knows. So it's one of these ones where it's like, bro, it's all good. Like, take the time you need. Like, you could tell people, hey, bear with me. Do you know what I'm saying? I know it may take a while, but at least, cool. You may have a short here. You may have a smooth, like Skunk killed it on Twitter last year. This year, he kills it every single time. New character, trailer drop. Something happens, anything happens, trailer drop. So like he does his own edit in the meanwhile making the bigger projects, drops the bigger projects, gets the big viewers, and then that translates to everything. So it's all about the cycle. You need to think about everything because some people know you more from. Sorry, go ahead.
To hold myself accountable here, that video that took me about 6 months to make, realistically, it should have taken me about a month or 2 instead of 6, but it was my first video. I learned how to edit for that video, so understandably it took that long. But your long form videos are not supposed to take that long. There are ones that are supposed to like take that long when you're traveling and bringing people together and all that. Yeah. Just a guide video, like, it was a lot of intensive research, but still, 6 months was way too long.
To answer,
I have a funny anecdote real quick. About 5 years ago, I have a quick funny anecdote. 5 years ago, I must have made a video, Street Fighter 5, and I basically ate a ghost chili while going online to play. That was the concept of the video. So I ate the ghost chili, I go online, and I try and win while obviously burning pain of the chili in it.
Hot ones, isn't it?
Obviously, you can imagine how I felt about this video. This is going to be the one I can pop off. I'm going to be famous by the time I wake up in the morning. Wake up now. Nothing. You know what I mean? All that pain, suffering.
Hurts.
Do
Nothing.
you know?
So
I wanted to say I wanted to touch on both subjects. I wanted to finish off with what Babe was saying. With some, like, judging by someone of what you said in terms of how they do their content, like I'm looking at his channel now. His last video was 3 weeks ago. The one before that is 1 month, and then the one before that is 2 months. Just judging by the way how his content is, I would have a look at like structure of his channel first. So I'll look at like, okay, he's got a proper banner, his thumbnails they're properly done. And then I'll look at like, okay, what's the view saying? What's the subscribers saying? Is like, so I would take out the fact that he's active, but I would kind of be looking at just the usual stuff. I'll then click into a video. I'm going to click into one of them now. and then I'll see what his style of video is like, and then see if that kind of aligns with what I do, because that's a very crucial thing as well. I can't just say just because he's got 100,000 subscribers that aligns with what I do and how I am as a person. And then I would then decide like if it's cool if we collab or not, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. Like I'm curious if like video length would like, let's say like it's 4 months in between, but like each video is only like a couple minutes long. Would that impact your decision on whether or not to collab with someone?
Again, it's like I can do a long video, I can do a short video. I'm very versatile. I think my thing is about bringing people together. Like I've always been about like, you know, doing stuff like this, talking to people. But like most of the time, a lot of the big fighting game pro players talk to me behind the scenes, and a lot of people don't even know these people that I actually talk to, and it's like it doesn't matter to me. I'm very, very versatile. But again, I wouldn't say just because I don't mind it that you shouldn't mind it either. Like it all depends on your preference. Me, I can do short form content, I could do long form content. Yeah, it just doesn't matter to me. So yeah.
If you look, there's a guy called Seth Tzintach. His name is very hard to pronounce. He releases one video every month, but the video is like 10 to 15 minutes. But it's all about, it's within a certain level of context, right? I believe that you should be okay with collabing with people who are still taking that long, because for example, perhaps it's short because the person is able to condense their content that much, because every time Seth releases a video, he has completed one game or played it for about 100 hours, stuff like that.
Yeah, no, that's crazy. Cool. Well, what, do you want to say something, Tendo? You good?
No, I just said Fez.
Oh, sorry. Okay, cool. Well, you lot, we've been speaking for some time. I appreciate every single one of you lot. Like, again, you know, I'm sorry if the what I said was a bit harsh. Oh yeah, I learned about this, you know, when I was in the Philippines. You know, this means heart. I didn't know this. I learned about it like last month. I was in the Philippines twice. I went August and then I went September. And yeah, they were like, oh yeah, do this and take a picture. I was like, why? What does it mean? They're like, oh, it means love. I was like, oh, all right, yeah, cool. I did not know that, but yeah.
It's big in K-pop too.
Oh, hey, Cog Billy, do you wanna do we could do a collab too. We could do one on BTS because I've never heard any of their music before.
They're good still.
Yeah.
Repeat that again. What did you ask me?
They're really good.
I'm saying me and you can do a collab on a BTS because I don't know nothing about them.
Oh.
I just heard they're mad famous.
Yeah, that's absolutely shocking.
Learning
Not
about
one
for the first time
BTS song.
myself. Like the community is
Nah,
crazy.
I don't know
People
nothing.
are commenting on crazy, telling me they're either hating me or telling me about the whole lore of BTS. And who else am I listening to? NSYNC? No, not NSYNC.
NSYNC is that? Ain't that?
XN? Yeah, no, I think it's XN, and then there's BTS. No, and then there's. Let me find it right now. Serious.
What, Blackpink?
I put. Yeah, Blackpink. That's another one.
What's that?
EXO.
What's Blackpink?
EXO.
K-pop.
No. I dropped
A girl
I
group.
dropped the EXO one today.
EXO,
I'm
listen,
new to all this
EXO
TikTok
up.
thing
If
myself,
J
I'm not
starts
gonna lie.
anywhere, start with EXO.
Yeah.
I love
I
it.
can't hear you.
No,
through
we
the- I
need-
can really hear you through the stream.
We need to do BTS, man. I need to know what BTS is.
That's
What does BTS stand for?
Isn't that blood, tears, and sweat or something like that?
Bantan Sonyeondan, like bulletproof Boy Scouts, basically.
What?
I had my BTS phase. Every girl does.
I
Damn.
need to see a video of
You-
dancing to
why?
the K-pop.
You fangirling over there? Is that what's getting? No, I'm joking.
We need a TikTok
I know.
of Jay
I've gone to a
dancing
few
to
good
K-pop.
concerts. Yeah.
Nah, it's cool. It's cool. I'm playing with you. Nah, I definitely want to go to listen to BTS because I've never ever heard any of their songs or anything like that. But I also want to do something with you, Tendo. I heard there's Japanese drill. We need to collab on that, bro. Like I've never heard of Japanese drill a day in my
can't
life.
lie, I was listening to
How-
Japanese drill last month, and some songs are hard, bro. I'm telling you this right now.
Oh, yeah.
Some songs are hard.
Let's do it, bro.
We're there, bro.
All right, cool.
We've already got all the information, so we're chilling, bro.
All right, cool. We're gonna do a collab. We could do it on stream. We could do it as a video. Just let me know. But listen,
You could do both.
we could do both.
Yo, Jay, can we collab?
Nah, man, I don't like you, man. But listen, anyways, we're done. The Twitch stream is done. Nah, I'm joking. Nah, you're my guy, of course, bro. You're my guy. Nah, listen, you lot, thank you lot very much for taking your time out. I really do appreciate it. Yeah, like obviously I know it's probably rattled some feathers, but again, it's also in the faith of I really am up for the FGC. I'm not like, I really want everything to grow. I want the people to grow as well. I want you lot's channels to grow. That's what this is all about. I just want to see everyone I want everyone to be happy in the space, not burn out. I see so many people in different parts of the year of this have burnouts, and some of them don't even create content anymore. They eventually just drift off and start creating others' content, and there's definitely space for this, man. I think there's definitely space for collabs. There's definitely space for, working smarter. Even me, I need to work smarter too for the amount of time I've been in this. Like, I could definitely work smarter. And yeah, man, there's just so much stuff. But I appreciate every single one of you lot. I would like for you lot to also drop your channels into my chat. There's like 223 people in the chat for Twitch. If you lot are there, please just go and drop it in. Everyone in the chat, make sure you lot go show them some love. Even if you just put a comment or something in their videos, please, because again, they're all putting their minds on the plate for this stuff, because it's hard. This stuff is hard. You know what I mean?
We should do a UK versus Ghana FGC collab.
We could do that still, bro. You could educate me on the Ghana FGC. I didn't know there was one.
My friend literally clipped you saying that. He was like, FGC Ghana exists. He's already throwing the clip around. Yeah.
Damn. Oh my gosh. I got
Also, Jay, there's an image in the Discord you can use for that Aaron Yeager Twitter post.
Oh, swear down. I already.
Yeah, in the group chat you made.
Damn.
It's already been to work.
Damn. Wait a second. I already tweeted it, but I can.
Delete it, bro.
That's a you post that one still.
Oh, look at this guy, bro. Oh my gosh. Look at this guy. You're crazy, bro. Listen, you lot. I'm going to love and leave you lot. Again, listen, we can do this again. I'm probably going to have another one happening, because I've had a lot of people, and I'm talking pro players, even say, look, I want to get on. So, yeah. Again, everyone in there is going to be, subbing and doing whatever to support you. Again, the people that I said I'll do collabs with, I'll talk to you lot afterwards. Before I go to sleep, because I always got so much stuff going on the next day and the day after, so I'll do it tonight before I fall asleep. But yeah, thank you lot so much. If you don't want to say your goodbyes, or if you don't want to say your socials before you say goodbye, that would be good.
I'm gonna say before you go as well, like, honestly, bro, I appreciate this so much. Like, this has been fantastic. Like, especially because I didn't expect myself to be here, you know what I mean? So I appreciate all the advice I've gotten. Like, been great advice. Even just meeting some of you guys, been fantastic. Like, I appreciate
100%.
it. I literally have work in 5 hours, and I'm here. I haven't slept yet. It's worth it, in my opinion. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's real. Like 2 hours. I got to go to work, but it is what it is, man.
Appreciate
Thank you guys so much. Honestly.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah, nice meeting you all.
Thank you.
Thank you. It's been great. Check out everyone's channel.
That's good. Binge
See you guys
everybody's
at
content.
You know what I'm saying?
Thank you lot, man. Take it easy, everyone, man.
In a bit.
Bye.
See you later. Bye. Whoa. Damn. That was actually crazy, man. That was actually a very, very... Well, actually, before I say that, I think it was good. What do you lot think about it? Because I would like to know what you lot think. Was it good? Do you reckon we should still do more? Whoa. Whoa. Ramsey, Jesus. Oh, thank you so much, man. Thank you so much. 10. Thank you, bro. Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Listen, I just want to let you lot know, like, you see everything that I'm doing. I see everyone saying, oh, that's a bad take and all that stuff. Listen, I have done stuff like this in the past, and I don't mean to do it, but sometimes I like to be blunt so that people can actually start getting together and working. And even just like, you know what I mean? Yo, 10th Ibis, I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. Thank you very much, man. I really appreciate you for that, man. Thank you for the gift sub. Means a lot, means a lot, means a lot. Hey, Roan, are you in the chat? If you're in the chat, we can get to work, man. We could do another one. I'm up, man. It's 2 a.m. Who cares? Beefy Techie, what you want to jump into? It's 2 a.m., bro. Who cares, bro? I got a Street Fighter tournament tomorrow, though. But I'm sick because I picked Marissa. You know what I'm saying? Don't have to work hard. Now I'm joking. Actually, no one clipped me saying that, bro. Marissa has to work really hard. Of course she does. Nah. Marissa has to work hard. Listen, I was only joking. I was clearly joking. You lot don't need to clip me or anything. Oh, Beaver Techie, jump in then. Let's jump in a call. Bro, jump in the call. San Ryuji. I gotta go to the airport. Oh, you killed me. San Ryuji. Have we spoke? I don't know who you are. I think. Oh, damn. Hey, I'm neighbor. I figured I'm down to learn. This, that. Okay. Anyway, any opportunity. I'm gonna just jump in. Okay. YouTube the mix. Let me look at this guy's channel. Hold on. Alright, we're gonna do. Hey, should we do some channel reviewing? Let's do some channel reviewing, man. For the minute. When's a podcast with the whole King JT? Hey, that's a shout, you know. Hey, that's actually a good idea. That's actually a W idea, you know. That's a W idea. Listen. For you lot that don't know, obviously I have a team. Who said, nah, Marissa's a fraud? You can't say that. With JP running around and DJ and Ken. Like, you cannot say that. I'm down, bro. This is what I'm saying. The team, you know, bro. Listen, the team. Listen, I'm gonna be very honest with you. I'm gonna be very honest. If I didn't have Immortal Soul, J Sams, Lofro Kumar, Tristan, if I didn't have these guys, this wouldn't be working. I'll be honest with you. They have helped me so much more than you lot know. Like so much more. They know I have a super busy schedule, and it's super hard for me to kind of like do content creation, like super hard. But they make it that much more easier for me to kind of make it, like, you know what I'm saying? And Lofro has been like growing so much, like in terms of his content creation skills. He's just too sick. Do you get me? So yeah, man. Big up, man. I appreciate every single one of them. They really help man out still. Man like Kid is in the building. Man like Kid, you know. Damn. You in here? You know what I'm saying? Man is in here. I am in the Discord. How can I join? Alright, hold on. Let me get you. What's your channel though? I don't even know. Wait, you're in the Discord. Let me see. San Ryuji. Is that your name? What the hell? You heard Marissa chat. I heard your Marissa chat, bro. She's hard, man. Let me see your channel. King J voted his thumbnail game when I came to him. I was scared to say something because I know, because you know about the whole ego thing, bro. I have no ego though. That's what I'm saying. Like I can have a conversation, whereas all these people that keep like quote tweeting what I said, it's like, bro, I can't find your channel, bro. I'm seeing loads of like Korean stuff. Yeah, I can't find your channel. San Ryujo is not there. No, just send me your channel through here. Yeah, nah, Immortal does my, like, the better thumbnails, to be fair. Immortal, Avatar Yo-Yo is a very good person to network with. He's really good. He's very, very good. I cannot lie to you. Where's Roan? I'm going to try and see if he's streaming. I'm going to get onto him still right now. Where's Twitch TV? Roan. Is it Roan himself? Is that his name? And I don't know what his channel is named. Roan _ himself. Oh nah, it is that. Rome himself. He's not even on. I wanna talk. It's still. Oh damn, I didn't even finish to press pause, my bad.